Yes, people, no time to waste here on this one. I hope you're all doing well. Declare, it looks like we're getting some sort of feedback sound from your end. TV is on or something. But big up, people, no time to waste. It has happened. We saw all what happened. And what I want to urge everybody is please, no matter how you feel, no matter how the mood you find yourself in, let's not make anything personal here. Avoid anything that will come across as racism or whatever. I think the best way to avoid that is to avoid mentioning nationality. It can it cross the line even unknowingly. But that's by the way. Let's see what we have in the chat already, and I'll come back to get the opinion of those in the chat. Can we sack him now? Well, it's not up to me. What did I say? A terrible performance. We need a coach. Ridiculous. He has a falling out with the players. Rivera. It's not the same football at Brighton. You could see how good the football was at Brighton. Sacked Potter. Okay. Oh, he's sacked already. Okay, but I get what you're saying there. Get Nagelsmann or Conte. Even if they decide to fire him, I don't want Conte near my club, but that's my opinion. Other teams had a coach within sacked in the morning. The song they were singing at the stadium, will that make a difference? Rahayu, how are you doing? More importantly, I hope you're doing well. Let's see what happens. A 30% win rate is a real-time leading indicator. Yep, it is crazy. But still, on players as well. Yep, you can't just say the manager alone. But here's the thing. At the point in football, when it gets to this stage, whether you feel like it's not the manager's fault or not, when it gets to a point where something needs to give, you can't tell me they will decide, okay, you know what? We're going to try and sell all the 600 million plus players we bought if they are the problem. And maybe sign another new set of players. I don't think that makes any sort of sense. Excuse me. So at some point, whether it's the manager's fault or not, sometimes he has to be the one to take the fall. But I think, yeah, as much as I think the players are to blame, I think a lot is on him. That's my opinion. We all have our own opinions, but still on players as well. Yep, I've read that one. A horrible, Havertz, horrible, Felix and all that. I have no idea why Havertz and Felix are full game, no sub. Obviously, Potter cannot see when players are not producing. James West at centre back, 30% win rate. We had 3 wins, a fourth draw against Everton, a 5th a loss to Villa, 5 more draws and losses are to come. If Graham Potter's still in charge, anyone who lets us think, I'm not sure I understand that. I'm struggling to read that. Let's also just bring on Kante for a bit of a run around when we don't. If we have money for raw players, then we have money for a world-class coach. I am leaving. I understand how you're feeling. Let me see what else I can get here. Some people, I am done trying to back Potter. Keep trying. Maybe it works. I am fully Potter out now. So you're on the bus. Coach, change the music to the funeral match. We're done. Okay. Let's see. Cannot wait to see what these says after the match. If I hear the word unlucky, I am gonna volume my TV out. At least you're gonna do that to your TV. GP post match, positive effort. Okay. Credit to Roger. He sniffed the rat with that lineup. Thought of him when I saw a shot. Correa tried to make that clearance on the first goal. Brightonization now complete. Sorry, guys. I think this is due to the medicine I'm taking. Thank you so much, brother. I want him out, and to be honest, I would take anyone over Potter now. I even take the worst manager in the world. Even over his Okay, Graham Potter came to Chelsea to ruin our club records. Please, let's stop name calling. That's not okay. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Anything else here to get, or just people talking? Let me come to you. Let me start. Who came in first? Declan, your thoughts on the game. What happened? What do you think went wrong?
Nothing went wrong, I guess. It's a positive performance. I think the boys gave it their all.
Okay.
Right?
I'm listening.
And
you need to say that with an English accent, mate.
I can't do an English.
I'm just joking.
And
Sorry.
yeah, you just got to look at the stats. You know, that's what a deluded person sounds like. That is in charge of our team actually, and I'll look at the stats because stats is what everyone is actually using to try put the blame on the players. When we won before, I had trouble with this lineup. I mean, how do you put? Let's blame the players here. How do you start with Reece James, Koulibaly, Cucurella, back three? I was even thinking this is a back four because of the lineup. A back three they never played like that before, and you got Bailey Schiller and Chalobah on the bench. You have Reece James, but you play Loftus-Cheek in right wing back, right? Enzo cover deep line, not their best roles as well, right? Felix, Modric, Havertz, probably not. Besides Felix, I'm gonna say these players aren't all out of position. We're playing nearly a whole team not in their best.
You could say the back line is deliberately makeshift because it shouldn't be makeshift because we have
got one
players.
centre back.
Yeah.
You got one centre back and two
No,
fullbacks.
actually, you don't, because Cucurella has played centre back before. A lot.
Is Cucurella a centre back or a fullback?
That's not his primary position.
I said it's makeshift, Roger. All these players can play roles. Yeah, they're not their best roles. Would you say what's Cucurella's best role? A centre back or a fullback?
Yeah. I actually don't like him. Period. I think.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm serious because.
I know you meant it.
No. The reason why I say
that's good. We're not even getting the conversation of who we don't like yet.
Let him go, Roger. I'll bring you in once it's done.
I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you're cool. I know, bro.
And so. This was very easy. You didn't need to be a genius. You just got good evening here. What happens is that in this with that type of fullback, all Villa had to do was flood the midfield. This back three couldn't pass through the middle. Enzo and Cover were hard to get to, so we were forced to go wide, forced to switch wide. Villa's attack was so poor as well. That's how we got all our chances, right? And we missed them all. I'll tell you what, that's not on Potter, but that's gifted. What Potter didn't line up this team tactically perfect to get these chances. They were very gifted chances, gifts, Easter gifts. That's what they were, right? Yeah. They were Easter eggs all over the field, right? Now, all it took, right, was turnovers from the middle, right, and long balls, and you saw. Cucurella isn't a centre back, and goes for a ball that he shouldn't even go for. Chance. They got chances too, but I mean, people are looking. You know what people are looking at? 27 shots, but when you break it down, it's only 8 shots on target. It's 14 off target, 6-8 block shots here, right? But what people don't want to really look at, which is what Potter failed in his lineup, is 34 crosses. Do we have some kind of Peter Crouch on our team that we need to do crosses? Is our attack, do we have an aerial expert in our attack? No. Villa forced us wide. We crossed it in 34 times. We're not known for heading the ball, right? Unless it's a corner with our big centre backs, which were on the bench anyway. Do you know what I mean? So this was failed on all levels. I can't sleep, right? It's 5 a.m. now. That's with daylight saving, so it would have been 6 a.m. I think I might stay up to see if Nagels was an announcement. That's what kind of what I'm waiting. But I am having trouble how people still make excuses, and not just you, Roger. There's other people as well.
I'm not taking it personal. Right?
Yeah, there's other people as well, and I'm like, I've never seen a manager get so much backed, and I know people have brought up. Oh, because he's English, this and that. No, I just don't get why he is so backed and he's given so many excuses. We are on the second page of the ladder. I have to go next page now to see us on the ladder and to try blame the players. And mind you, these players are on 6 to 8 year contracts. You can blame the players all you want, right?
They're not going anywhere.
It's cheaper to go through 5 managers than to change
course
his
it
team.
is.
This is a new team, but in this season we had a new team. You had a team at the start, and now we've got a new team. We have a new team. This guy has failed with two new teams. I'm trying. Someone try tell me why this guy is still here. I get it. This is sad to watch. Yeah.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you, brother. And one thing you said that's important to note, like I said when we started the show, at one point, whether it is the manager's fault or not, whether you think that it's the player's fault, at one point something's got to give. And in this case, you can't say we'll change a 600 million plus team because of a manager. And like you said, we'll blow through 5 managers and the players will still be here. Unfortunately, that's how it is right now. Roger, if you don't mind, just give me a few minutes. I'm going to try to catch up with one more. Okay. Thank you. Like I said, Potter out, even if he wins Champions League. Did you see his face today? He knows his time is up. His time has been up for the past 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. That's my biggest concern, really. And it's not easy. We're already in a very bad financial situation. Sacking him means a 50 million plus more. Compounding the situation. Good evening, Coach. What was Gallagher doing on the pitch? I don't know. I'm going to try to find out from him and let you know. Can someone tell me we were defending the result again? We weren't defending the result. That's
Coach,
why
can I make a statement on that price that you mentioned? 50. You know what? 50 mil sounds like a bargain now. 50 mil to get rid of Potter sounds like a bargain. Because
compared to how worse things can get, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because people are going, we need Osimhen, to maybe fix his team, this and that. We need another 150 mil, maybe 400 mil, something like that. You know what I mean? 50 mil to change his team, it looks beautiful. 50 mil, if we paid 50, 60 mil to get rid of Potter, right? If that's what it is, because everyone's been saying, debating what it is and how much it might be when we get out and all that stuff. But you know what? If he's 60 mil, the highest price we think, right? That would be the best transfer. The best transfer. I'll give that 10 out of 10 transfer already.
Yeah. Let me quickly catch up here. The only thing Graham Potter is better is press conference. Okay, he's improved in that aspect, at least if that's how you say it. Evening to you two. I hope you're doing well. His press conferences is always honest and funny, but it annoys us. It doesn't annoy me. Maybe you. That's the list of my concerns. 3 minutes silence for Chelsea. These some players would do wonders under the managers of Potter is the issue. Sack him before Madrid. I am afraid, I swear, I need Anthony Barry back. Go give it a shot. Did he say boys give it? I don't know. I haven't watched that. Potter thinks is that Brighton Boehly should be proud of himself. Maybe. Potter, we have to accept the result and do better. We cannot feel sorry for ourselves. That's the truth. We cannot feel sorry for ourselves. I agree with that one. We have a fantastic game on Tuesday against Liverpool. To put it right, it's easier, right? The boys gave everything in the game, and they absolutely did. The time I wanted the game to finish at the 60th minute. Fantastic game when we cannot beat Everton or Aston Villa. Let's see. He changed his formation all the time. To be honest, with Liverpool in the mud right now, I don't even see us beating them. Wally Waldo, more importantly, I hope you're well. To start a game with 4 fullbacks on the pitch, it's makeshift. I've said that before. It's makeshift. No matter how anybody tries to explain that. A lot of people were played out of position. Let me not say a lot. Cucurella, that's not his primary position. Rhys James, that's not his primary position. That alone makes it a makeshift. Even it gets worse because somebody he should be getting, Rhys James should be getting support from isn't traditionally a wing back, even though he executes that role well. But at least when you have him there, have somebody in their right position as in the right centre back position. I cannot wait until Marlo Costa comes in the summer so we can have a proper right wing back other than a Rhys James. I think he will make a difference. Liverpool would beat us, but I want it to be like you don't want it to be. I get that. He want to prep for Liverpool. Hell no. No one from this guy. No more from this guy. What is he gonna say after getting bashed? Liverpool is a well-prepared team. Come on, get this out already. Yep, Enzo's long ball were outstanding today. Not gonna lie, he's done quite well. I think that was a Cucurella's best position, but we literally had all our fullbacks out. There couldn't be balance. Is that really his best position? I think that's because Potter sees him. Maybe feels like he can play there. I think he's traditionally a left back or left wing back. But yeah, I'm not sure. Not gonna lie, I said common man in this game like 50 plus times in 90 minutes. I missed. I might as well change my. Just go away, please. Stop. Everyone on this panel knew this was a disaster before the game. Commentators were watching a catastrophe and unfold, and they did talk about it themselves. Talked about how it doesn't make sense to play the reserves in that position. Chalobah is on the bench. Badia Shile is also on the bench to help complete it to a traditional back three. I will repeat what I said earlier. Why are we applying logic to Potter's system and formation? The guy, okay, is what you said, what you think he is. Why would you still play Kepa when you know the better goalkeeper? I don't think Kepa is the problem. Kepa is actually the least of the issues. Nagelsmann in, Potter out. Let's see if that happens. Kepa cost us again today. I don't agree. Potter out tonight. Please, completely clueless manager. Kachila, where was Modric in the game? This player doesn't need time. He needs a loan. I don't think that, but I disagree with you respectfully. I think he's not the problem, really. He looks like he's not confident at the moment, but even beyond that, he did okay for me. I think I get it. The finger pointing is natural in such situations where we lose game, but I think he's the least of our problem. No joke, coach. I want to know what you really think and believe. I want him out. It's as simple. You know that from time. I have questions, but I know he's not going to leave when everybody thought he was going to leave. Do I still think they will fire him now? I don't think so. If it happens, I'd be surprised. That's the thing. He didn't save that last minute goal draw versus Everton. This Aston Villa 2 goals were all his fault. I don't think so. Big up to you, Nee. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for always finding the time to join the show. And when you can, share the link to your channel so when I get to it, I'll talk about it. Constantine Dante says, yes, brother, 5 a.m. here. Staying up as well. Yeah, he's from Australia. Potter out announcement in the morning. Big up to you, Dante. More importantly, I hope you're doing well. Sack down, Potter.
Go to bed, Conte.
No, Dante.
Dante, it's too late. Even I can't even talk straight. Go to bed.
You're killing me.
Kante was missed. Enzo cannot do the job in that position. You take up Kovacic. On top of that, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. Kovacic, even though he didn't score, didn't create too many chances. I think he needed. I wouldn't have changed him, and I got so mad I had to turn off the TV. I have to be honest. At one point, Todd Boehly and the fans are the okay, dumbest billionaires I've ever seen. Then no billionaire is dumb. Maybe he didn't become a billionaire by being dumb, but I get where your argument is coming from. A lot of people, I hope you're doing well. I guess they make money. I guess they made money as opportunists. Their style of managing Chelsea is making me doubt their intelligence. They're not the one managing Chelsea. Who's surprised here? I don't know. Roger, you go ahead. I think the chat is on fire. I'll try to get as many as I can.
Sure, no problem. First of all, I want to address the thing about getting rid of these players. It'd be cheap to get rid of the manager. I'm not saying we should get rid of the players. It takes time to gel, etc., etc. That's the honest truth. So that's conflating that issue. When you talk about a back three, it doesn't matter whether we played a back three or back four, because I saw a stat that we had like 350 plus passes in their half, and they only had 57 in ours. So you look at those stats, it had nothing to do. Listen, Cucurella made a schoolboy error. When I mean by schoolboy error, that means like you're in high school or middle school. And you
mean the headed ball back?
Yeah, yes. And we've seen him do that as a left back or a left winger. So it's irrelevant the position he's playing. He's played a lot of a left centre back. Listen, you speak to most of the top academies in the world now, like Benfica's, for instance. I saw a documentary about it. These players are expected to play a minimum of 2 positions at a proficient level. It's that simple. you know. Now, true, like for instance, you have like a number 9 will only play a number 9. Well, they can convert over time to a number 10, etc. But I'm talking about generally from the midfield going backwards. These players, especially defensively, are able to do this. Also, it's irrelevant what formation we had, because I heard someone, I don't know whether it was in the chat or whether it was actually on this show, where someone said we had 34 crosses and weren't able to play down the middle. Well, we did. What's his name? Kova had a beautiful pass. And I'm not criticizing Mudryk, because this is, for all intents and purposes, his pre-season based on the last 6 months he's had. So you can't blame him for this. But I'm saying Kova made a beautiful pass down the middle. He's open. And it looked, for all intents and purposes, instead of a shot like a back pass to a goalkeeper, it had no lethality on it at all. No speed, no punch to it. It wasn't really.
That highlights the fact he's not confident at the point.
Yeah, and which is not his fault, because he's like this is his pre-season. But I'm just saying, it's like when people complain, why isn't he starting? What have you? Well, guess what? He's A, not match fit ready, and B, it is like a pre-season. He's not at the same level as the other players yet. So when we brought on the other players, did anything change? No, it didn't. Because guess what? A lot of our crosses, they weren't all aerial. They were on the ground also. So you can't say if we had tall players in there. A lot of the passes were on the carpet. It's that simple. So
Roger, what would you say is the overall issue? Okay, go ahead. If you were still saying something, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say one thing, and that is, and I repeated this again. I watched the Liverpool-Burnley game 3 to 5 years ago with my cousin, who's a diehard Liverpool fan, and it's the largest defeat to a Premier League team that had 82% possession, and they absolutely peppered Burnley's goal, and yet they couldn't score, and Burnley won 2-0. So it happens to the best of them. And if you have a look, Chelsea is not exactly clinical. We haven't been for a long time. So this is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, as I've said to you before, are you going to give credit for Zinedine Zidane for the Welsh guy creating that over the head kick in the Champions League final? No, the credit goes to the player. Just like
we are cherry picking stats now.
No. I'm just telling you. Listen, this isn't my opinion. I have never played professionally or for my country. But you listen, and I said this in the chat. You listen to all the professionals that have played at international level, that have played in World Cups. They would all tell you, you cannot blame a manager / coach.
Okay, we are not discussing international players. We are discussing.
Let him drop.
You cannot
his reference is something he feels is relevant to his point,
because
so let him drop.
Relevant, because these people have played at the highest level. I haven't. So I'm giving my opinion, but then I'm referencing people that have indeed played at the highest level in World Cups. And they will tell you, you cannot blame a coach for a player missing a chance. You cannot. It's that simple. They would all tell you that, and I can name you. You can. Alan Shearer is one of them. Virtually everyone on the ESPN.
Kepa up front. He will probably also miss chances.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, Jesse, can you let him drop, please?
So that's what I'm trying to say. And as I said, listen, I'm just a little Roger. I've never played on the biggest stages, but virtually everyone, and I actually can't remember an actual player that has actually said, no, it's the coach's fault. No, they will all down to a T will say, just like Kane misses a penalty. Are you going to blame Southgate for that? No, it's the player. They're the ones that execute. Just like when you're a golf coach, you don't blame the golf coach for someone missing a 3-foot putt. It's the golf player that misses the 3-foot putt or drives the ball out of bounds if he hooks the ball. It's that simple. It's about execution. You know, listen, I've seen many matches in my life where a team has dominated but have not scored. And that's what we have seen yet again today. And we've seen it under Tuchel and we've seen it under Frank also. So the manager is not the common denominator here.
No, it isn't. Because that's usually once off. You're right, Roger. We see that now and then. It happens. I agree.
Yes, it does.
But
it does.
we're 11th. I haven't seen 11th happen. I haven't seen 11th happen.
Yeah, I have. We were 17th actually. When
Coach, can I reply? Can I come in now?
Yes,
just give me
so hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Roger, you have your
Roger hasn't finished. Let's
I
go.
want 10 more seconds. We were 17th. We were 17th. I don't know.
I remember that too.
Yeah. So
what was the characteristics of the game?
Yeah.
Was that because we missed our chances, or was that because the players turned on the manager? Because I think the players might have turned on the manager again. You've seen that happen before.
Right. The players down tools, but to let you know that.
And this is what it looks like.
Right, no, it wasn't.
Let's just let him drop.
I don't believe.
I apologize.
I could be.
No, you're fine.
No, it's cool, dude. I don't believe. I could be wrong, declared. I don't believe the players have. What do you call it? Down tools. I think they're just not clinical right now.
Fluffing shots. I've seen people fluff shots. I've seen Eden Hazard not want to dribble. I've seen Diego Costa not want to take shots. Fluffing shots and not being clinical is part of downing tools, right? I've seen that happen before. I've seen it happen at other clubs before.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen before. I've seen when you don't care, you just your heart's not in. I've seen Aubameyang do it too at other clubs. I've seen heaps about. I've seen Ibra do it too when he's unhappy. These are the guys that just are a beast. I've seen strikers change in an instant as soon as a new manager comes. This team has the characteristics of a down tool team.
It's
half
possible.
of it.
It's possible. I can't
we bought a whole. How many players we bought? How? So that's what I'm saying. Say the initial team was have down tools.
Let's allow when you drop. Jesse hasn't spoken.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, a team. He came in with a team. Let's say they're all down tools. You bring new players in, and how did they get the same symptom? As if it was like a disease that went around or something. I mean, everything you just said. I'll let I'm not sure who came in, sorry, but I got all the counterpoints. Well, everything you've picked up, Roger, is as if it's a once-off. You can't blame the players. Pick your chance. This was a terrible performance by Villa. It was gifted. If we won this game,
they played
right,
poorly.
the performance was still 11th worthy, right? It still wasn't positive.
Do you think
right?
one of their players would actually make our squad
as well?
No.
I don't think.
But Unai Emery is a better manager than Potter. That's who makes the squads.
I'm not disputing that, but it's execution, though, sir.
Okay, so that's the weakest link. All the players are better than the Villa players.
Let's listen to Jesse drop his
Actually,
point.
I'll take Martinez as keeper too.
But it's a
fact.
fact.
I think the Potter supporters are. Okay, thanks for having me over.
You're allowed to speak. It's just that we don't want everybody to be talking at the same time. So go ahead. Drop your point. Is it 2 cents or are you dropping 2 cents or 50 cents?
Yeah, 50 cents.
Inflation.
Because I've earned it, I suppose, with my patience.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. See, we had a game. We were playing against 4-4-2, very compact of Aston Villa. We had ample amount of space on the flanks up front. But we knew if there will be a counter-attack, it will be coming through the middle. Our centre-backs were not, I would say, Cucurella was not, together with that, was not very compact. First 25 to 30 minutes, it was literally a ping-pong. With one exception.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Chilwell was bombing forward, which was required to pin them back. But Ruben Loftus-Cheek had a horrendous game. And what the funny part is, he was just 20 yards from Potter. He didn't even have to shout all over the stadium to tell him to move forward or do it. Maybe Potter didn't see it. Or maybe he sees the game differently. But Ruben Loftus-Cheek, every time he passed the ball, crossed the ball was like a pass. Eventually, even Reece James was coming forward to make crosses because he was so useless. And he spent 60 minutes. And stats say he ran how much? 10 kilometers? 14 kilometers? He put in his everything. That would, I assume Roger would say, that's what the stats show. Yeah. If we can continue to play like this, I can assure you, you will have the same stats for next 3 games and the result won't change. You have to see the game, how it is flowing and how it is organized. You look at Unai Emery. He came with the compact 4-4-2, played a ping pong for 30 minutes, got a lead, and like last 15 minutes of first half, we better not concede, go to the halftime with score with 1 goal front. And you can shoot from any angle, any corner, anywhere. These are shots. But are they any productive? Okay, the 2 chances with Mudryk lost. One was he stole the ball went front, he was running, and the goalkeeper was coming out. He had
and kudos to him for that, pressing really well there.
Half a second to react. And he took a shot, he didn't score. Probably he might have passed it to Havertz on the right. Did he had time to think? No. The other goal, okay, I can also give reasoning for that, but okay, that's inexperience because he has been playing at Shakhtar where the chances don't come often, and he took a shot from long distance. He could have gone a little bit front and made more killer
Yeah.
thing. But there again, I asked the Potter, where are you playing?
Jesse, just 1 second, brother. Just 1 second, brother. Please, if you're watching, I'm not reading too much because we weren't supposed to do this show. Actually, I'm still recovering. And unfortunately, there's also another follow-up procedure, but I'm not sure how bad that one is going to be. So I'm just trying to reserve my energy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry for cutting you off.
So if you look at it, why are we not clinical? Why are our players not performing? If you look at the game, how many players were playing out of position? We didn't pay 60 million or 70 million or whatever it was for Cucurella to play as a center back. We paid for him to be a wing back. We see Mudryk playing as a striker. We see Reece James behind Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Why? In past we were listening. Okay, players have got injuries and all that stuff. They were available players. Put on Chilwell and move Reece James on front, or you put it Noni if Ruben Loftus-Cheek is. But the Potter seems to put a screen monitor of statistics. I suppose he was not watching the game, and it took him 60 minutes to make a change. And I believe me, any professionals which Roger says will tell you that the manager can do only so much. But when you make 3 changes, you make very targeted changes because you cannot completely change the game. But these 5 substitution rules, you are basically changing half of the team. The game kills. These so many substitutions kill the game. Emery killed the game, which Potter could have learned. Last match, Potter tried to kill the game. He couldn't. Emery showed him how it is done. It was useless. It was all over the shop, all over the place. It's the biggest problem in our team is the manager. We are not managing game. Either it is ping pong going around or it is the players playing out of the position and changes. Every game changes. So many changes. How do you gel a team of 40 players when you make 5 start changing line? 5 changes every match to the starting lineup. How do you? Are you even trying to gel the players?
Yeah, I'm not sure where to start, but where I stand right now is that whether you think it's his fault or not, the owners at this point will be thinking it's not really what you could say. Just simplify everything by saying it's not working with him in charge. Maybe that's how they see it. Unfortunately, Villa hasn't won at the Bridge for 11 years. That doesn't look good on paper for Graham Potter. He's broken all sorts of records in a negative way. So this also doesn't help, really. Yeah. It doesn't. It's very bad. We were 6th under Tuchel, but we are 11th with Potter. Let's see. Naive Boehly made Potter the 4th highest paid coach ahead of proved managers like Tuchel, Mourinho, Ancelotti, etc., etc. And now he cannot sack him so bad. It's not that simple. I think I understood what you meant. Sorry if I misread it. I meant Todd and the gang, not fan base, please. No worries. Oladipo, thank you so much for the donation there. I appreciate that, brother. I'll be handing over the readings to Roger soon. I've not been reading much because, like I said, I'm still recovering. Someone tell me where is our next win coming from? You have to go get scientists to take their time to look at it. I think the Liverpool game is winnable. but we have to be clinical. So now, do I think we can? Yeah.
What match were you watching today, Coach?
Yeah,
Coach. Hey, Coach is serious about when he said he's sick. I didn't think you're that sick. I didn't think you're that ill.
Medicated. He's medicated.
Lie down, Coach.
We have to
lie
be
down.
clinical.
Get a warm towel put on your head.
Doctor.
But can I finish at least the class? I said it clearly, but we have to be clinical.
You sound finished. What's your done?
Coach?
Go to bed. Get some rest. Okay, that's my prescription. I'll send it to you. You need a medical too for today?
Here's my point. They'd be easy to play against, but to win, I think we can win it if we're clinical enough. We'll get the chances because they play a very high line, and that has always been the case. Whenever we play them, we get a lot of chances, but not end up being clinical. So, but given how badly we've been in front of goal right now, maybe I shouldn't say we can win them. But I only said winnable. So you guys can judge me all you want. Team performance getting worse after so much spending. Hard to comprehend. Potter had no value addition to this team. There can be no more excuses. This coach is not Chelsea standard. Period. You've been saying that for 1,000 years right now. Now we'll not forget. Let me see what else we have here. And apologies, people. Before Roger starts reading, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Lorenzo Oyi says, I am sure his sack meeting is going to be for 1 minute. As in, there's so much has happened that it won't take them too much to say, okay, you know what? This is it. We're done. Roger.
You know what they need for their sacking and that? They should go, look, Potter, you gave it a all, and, that's it. See you later. Such is life, and that's life or something. See you later. Just use every word for him. Mm-hmm. Use his own soundboard.
Mm-hmm. Roger, it made zero sense that Cuckoo should have played that position today. Yeah, even if he has played there before. Badia Sheila is a more specialized player when you talk about the left centre-back position. And that situation where Cuckoo struggled to reach the ball, I think Badia Sheila could have comfortably headed it to any direction he wants with enough pace for it to get to its intended destination. Plus, Badia Sheila, if you paid attention to him even before he joined us, there's something with his headed clearances. He fights his teammates.
Cucurella is not disciplined regardless of where he plays. When he's played left back, you see him on the right side.
He operates like a sweeper. Yeah.
He needs to be more disciplined. We've discussed this at length before.
And then we said actually that was going to be an issue.
You have a disciplined centre back on bench. Why do you put him in that position?
Roger, sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead. I'll come to you, Jesse.
I dropped.
Okay. Yeah. So let me just try and catch up more with what we have in the chat. Potter keeps changing defenders every game. How will they understand each other? Potter is just clueless. One thing I agree with you is this. I think changing the defensive line is a huge risk. Let's see. Complaining about Chelsea not being clinical when we don't play with a striker does make my head every time. Make your head spin. I think you're missing spin every time. Hybrid forwards will not win you games. I agree with that. But with Fairview, I think I'm starting to agree with that. But the question is, what sort of striker are we talking about? There are better managers than him, and a few who is better. Wow, some statement right there. Coach, did you have a drink today? I cannot believe you're so calm. I am calm because I don't have the energy to be combative.
He's medicated.
Yeah. Straight morphine. He doesn't feel anything.
Yeah. He's on the drip.
Yeah.
Lack of goals has been an issue for Yates. Also, being a Potter's problem at Brighton makes you think it's more than the players in this case. I'm not saying the problem are all down to the players. I think, for me, in my opinion, a lot of the issues we're having right now is down to him. Potter needs to encourage mixing it up. Sorry?
I believe it's an amalgamation, a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, a myriad of a lot of all the issues, not just the players, not just the manager. Since the
Roger,
data is
here's something I can ask something, Roger. Roger, but
Yeah.
would you agree? Like a lot of players are played out of position, their best position. Okay, they can play a few other positions as well, but isn't it right now a situation where if he chooses to, if manager chooses to, he can play each player in his position of strength, and he has enough resources to do that. And players, I mean resources, I mean players, even as a striker.
I respect what you just said, and I get it. But my contention is because we had over 350 plus passes in their half, and they had 57 in our half, we were dominating the game in possession, not only possession, more importantly, in the area of the game. It was played mostly in their third, and therefore we were pinging the ball around. And we were just not clinical. This is my opinion.
Okay, the follow-up question.
Roger, wait, you know why that happens, though?
Follow-up question for Roger, please. Maybe that is down to the good quality of these players, that they are able to keep hold of the ball, keep passing it in that area.
No, it's not. Listen, why would Villa have to go get the ball when they're winning? Don't worry about quality. Why when Villa's winning, they have to get the ball? We were passing it back.
No, I agree. Yeah. But I'm just saying that negates the theory that the back three. Do you understand? Because we played with possession consistently.
I'll tell you where all those passes came from, and I kind of described it at the start, right?
Yeah.
The back three didn't know how to pass through the middle. You said one glorious pass. Yeah, sometime we got in there. We had more turnovers in the middle from in our half than you saw. So that was dangerous. So this team didn't have confidence. This back three couldn't. Yeah, this back three couldn't pass well and find the middle. Plus, they flooded the middle. Their striker dropped back. They had 3-4 players on Kovacic and Enzo. They forced us to keep playing wide.
Well? I think he played well. He's not perfect, but actually
he was tactically out of the game.
Let me say this. Here's the reason we played as well as we did overall. But I'm not saying that's his best
He was
game
not
ever.
composed in his shooting, that's for sure. I mean,
that's the only thing you get. But he was the reason we played as well as we did today. One of the reasons why. Let me just put it that way. Go ahead.
Just to finish my point, if you want to see where all our passes come from, if anyone wants to watch a replay, God help you.
I'm going to actually,
Yeah. Okay, Roger, keep an eye for this, yeah? Back three pass amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I noticed that.
At the start, we try to go through the middle. We turn over twice. They counted us, right? So the back three got scared, and they passed to the wing back. The wing back passed back to the back three. Go again, and keep going. That majority of our passes came from back three, wing back to the back three, and pass within themselves. Maybe one pass to the midfield, pass back to the back three, and that's where majority of our passes came from. The way we got forward is a long ball to Chilwell. Maybe Chilwell switches to Loftus-Cheek, really diagonal, really risky balls. We got talented players. We got through sometime, and like I said, this wasn't a good Villa performance as well. They gave us chances.
I concur. Can I just say, I agree with everything you've said. For instance, we played out wide. We played with width and thus allowed those diagonals to occur. But the quality of crosses, and you can tell they're playing out of sorts. You can tell, like if you watch City, I watched the City game, and I've watched the vast majority of City this year, and they're on the same page. If you understand the meaning of that expression, we're not on the same page. We obviously there's a
little bit of difference in their game.
Yeah,
because
sure.
So when you play three in the back with wing backs, right? The advantage is that you stretch out the play, right?
Yes,
so naturally you find width, right? So Unai Emery's approach to this game was because you can't cover everything, you got to pick your battles. His was Enzo and cover, right? Let's not give him any chance on the ball, right? Exactly. We can steal the ball from them, right? And then break. So they flooded that. They forced us, and Loftus-Cheek isn't a winger as well. What Chilwell did, Loftus-Cheek couldn't do, right? So Loftus-Cheek was static, right? He wasn't making those runs like Chilwell.
More intent on more. More like into passing the ball than making runs.
Yeah. Villa were happy. Villa were happy for us to go to Loftus-Cheek, right? They're a bit more focused on Chilwell, but they're happy for us to go wide. They chose, right, for us to choose the crossing and play from width, right? They're ready defensively to try combat those wide balls, right? Difference from Man City is they stretch out the play, but they don't do it with a wing back. They stretch out the play from having 5 attacking play forwards.
Yes, they do.
And with and it's like 5 across and
But
2
do
there.
you
They have
agree,
so many
though?
people in the box, so once a crossing comes in,
But Declare, do you concur though? We're not playing cohesively. We're not on the same page.
well, not
It's
individually.
obvious. Yeah. So I just want to say one thing. This is my criticism of Potter. Is if you noticed, the longer the game went on, the more frustrated these players were, and they were biting on the apple. They were basically succumbing to the games that Villa were doing, and they were falling for it each and every time. Yeah, I understand there's some young players, but that's the manager's responsibility to educate the players to say, listen, don't fall for this, don't fall for that. Like if one player pushes you, don't retaliate because you're in all likelihood going to get sent off or get a yellow. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's, I was actually surprised we finished with 11 players, to be honest with you, because I thought that we were going to lose our heads more. And that's the one thing that, in my honest opinion, I thought Potter should have addressed.
Let me quickly catch up one more.
It's a very good point.
Yeah,
It's a very good point. But yeah,
Go ahead.
It's a very good
Let me
point.
catch up with this guy, Jesse, if you don't mind. If you can do me that favor, but if you want to speak, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead.
No, it's a very good point Roger made. That like the players seemed frustrated because whatever they were trying, with, it was not working. And it is things like that which will eventually make players lose trust in your manager.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I'm not on his payroll. Do you understand? Let's say we have another manager or another manager or another manager.
Imagine if you were, Roger.
You're not? Roger, you're not on his spot.
No, it's pro bono. It's pro bono.
Imagine Roger on the payroll too.
Oh, pro bono job. Okay, go ahead.
But you get what I'm saying. Let's say in 10 years' time, we've gone through 3 managers, hypothetically, and we experience the same thing. In my humble opinion, I will still maintain this logic because this is just my opinion. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't have an affiliation or a love for Potter. It could be anyone. Do you understand?
Roger, is this the opinion of the players not finishing, not being clinical? Is that what you mean?
That's a huge part of the game, Albin.
No. Is that what you're referring to now?
Well, yeah, just generally and historically speaking, that's been the case.
Yeah, but I agree because we haven't had a proper striker since Costa, I would say. But I mean, after Costa left, we didn't do well with strikers. But we managed to find. We had managers that managed to find a way to get the best out of our team and increase our chances rate and to actually get some goals to win something. Yeah. So that's where a manager comes in. If we were doing okay, and you could see in some games that it was chances that let us down. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like this game. But
did you see the XG today, though? It was over 2.
Nah, I saw the players give everything. That's what I saw.
Let me catch up with the chat. Then when I come back, we'll look at the stats, please. It's getting too long, and I don't have energy to try to breeze through them quickly. Please, if you guys don't mind. Declare, you're laughing at yourself. No.
I'm still laughing how you said with a straight face that we had a chance to get the football.
Yeah.
Didn't even flinch. Nothing.
You said it was due to my medication.
Yeah,
right.
You're so numb. I want what you're having.
He's desensitized.
Yeah.
All right. It is the common denominator, Roger, and this is backed by this thing called a win ratio. I'm not quite clear what he's referring to, or maybe something Roger said. Really, you cannot blame the manager. It's a question. The way players play, it's a reflection of the coach. That's a solid argument on its own, but that doesn't mean everything that goes wrong is the manager's fault.
I'm not talking about playing. I'm talking about execution. Mm-hmm. Like taking a shot and missing. Like, what's his name? Kova. Taking a shot and it actually going, not even reaching the end line. It's actually
rugby like that. Rugby like.
Can you blame? Hey, did you guys see Kova's goals in the international?
No. I get it. I get it.
That's why he. I think he'd give it a go.
But
Some of that ego came with him.
Seldom scores, but when he does, they're beautiful. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he
he's
lacks
also Scotsman, yeah.
composure. We
All
lack
right.
composure, period.
All right, please let me catch up with the chat this time. Thank you guys. Roger is correct that you cannot blame a coach when players miss goal chances, but the coach can be blamed for the result, period. Yeah, I mean, I get it. You can blame him for the chances missed, but there are other aspects that you can say clearly his fault. Roger did agree with one of them, surprisingly from me today, from him, the lawyer, but he just confirmed his job for Graham Potter is pro bono. No checks in the mail. When is Kepa going to make a save? Every ball, the passes, the defense ends in the net. I wouldn't blame him for that on Mukoro. Was first choice goalkeeper, and can we do better than Kepa? I think so. But I don't think the goals we considered today were his fault.
Has that person ever played goalkeeper? I'd like to know.
No, I don't think he has. But you have the question: if you've ever been a goalkeeper all your life, you let him know. Rubbish take. What one? I don't know.
Probably
did
mine.
Kai take a shot today? It's a fluid approach, so don't always count him being positioned as number 9, as that's where he stays permanently. Wow.
Ouch.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not reading. Villa 5 shots on target. Chelsea more than 30. Wow. That highlights the fact that we're not clinical. I'm not going to get upset on Modric. I see he can be stopped once his positioning and runs are once start playing him where he's been played for a million years now. Start him there. Then when he gets his confidence back, then you can start playing him centrally. Roger, I can tell if other coaches are in charge, they won't be shooting their missing chances. They will be clinical, trust me. And why is that? Coaches win ratio. I'm coming. Coaches win ratio is the input from the coach.
No, it's not. You don't,
no,
okay.
I don't think it is necessarily.
No,
but I think
not.
Changing a manager can force players to do better. As
Sure.
much as I don't think it is down to changing manager. I don't know how else to make it make sense here.
I'll tell you one thing, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Managers/coaches get way too much credit when a team wins and way too much blame when they lose in virtually all sports, by the way.
One more thing. You're not done. You're damned.
I'm done.
You're not going to add you're damned if you do. You're damned if you're not.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Roger, another statistics for you. Another interesting statistics which might...
Roger, you just did that to me. Like shush, coach, I'm done.
I'm done, man.
Last three managers, with Lampard, we were scoring goals for fun, but were defensively very open. Why?
Yeah, we were scoring, but opponents were outscoring us.
Mostly the same team. Tuchel came, made us defensively solid, but the problem started to be balance shifted towards the defense, and then we were not clinical, as you say.
Yeah.
With Potter, it is like we are leaking goals and we are having not clinical effect. So apparently, the coaches do affect whether we are clinical and defensively solid.
It depends on.
There's a pattern.
This is an exceptional game, though, because it was played deeply in the bottom third. Listen, he's been in charge of 22 games, I think, in the Premier League, and 9 of them we haven't scored. That's a horrible statistic.
All right.
Yeah, there's a comparison with him and Unai Emery. How many points since Unai Emery came in?
Emery is a better tactician, I have to say that.
Look, Villa with Emery got 26 points. Potter got 17. This is number 6. 8 wins from Unai Emery. 4 wins. 6 defeats. 4 defeats for Villa. And Villa got 24 goals, and Chelsea got 12. And
we're going to go into that, Roger.
We have had 7 games failed to score, and and Villa had 0, so they've scored in every game.
Yeah, but if we're going to see it like that, then you have to consider Potter. So many stuff changed for him. Lots of players were out injured. If we're going to see it like that, but I get your point.
A lot of players out injured.
I want him out. I'm just saying, if you have to be objective, let's say that too.
Hey, Coach, I know you're numb, but a lot of players injured. But a lot of players came in too, yeah?
I don't like you anymore, Declan.
Oh, that was funny. Declared, that was good.
600 million. A lot of players came in too. I mean, I don't hear you bring that point up. Never. Why not?
But it takes time for them to gel, mate. It really does.
Yeah, I don't know about this. You know what takes. You know what the stages of getting a team together to gel first. First of all, you find your best 11. First of all, you install your play style, right? How you want to play. Maybe there's a few other ways, right? Once you find them, then the team can gel. Do you know what I mean? Then it takes time to play a certain role, and then your the player next to you plays a certain role, and then from each game it will get better and better. We have gotten worse. We got worse and worse from the start of the season till now, right? And more players in, more better players in, right? And we're getting worse and worse. So the only logical reason, the only characteristics left in this team is a team that has down tools. And now you're gonna say Kante was gonna save us. Kante came on. What happened? He missed the chance too.
Yeah, so he's just listen. It's his first time he's played since August. The first minutes he's played under Potter. So you don't expect miracles from the very beginning. Do you understand? It takes time.
I think that's what you're expecting. If you're expecting Kante to change his team.
He will.
All right, let me try. Roger, can you guys just give me a few minutes?
I don't even think miracles is enough to turn this team around. Don't even think that's enough.
And what would player reaction will be when they lose a game, and they hear the managers say, "We were fantastic. The boys gave their all." That is life. So the players should be thinking is okay. Everything is fine.
Did you think?
I don't like the fantastic aspect. No matter how you see it, I don't like it.
He said we can walk away with many positives from this game. This guy's having a laugh, man.
Did you think
I'm telling you, Potter takes April Fool's seriously.
Did you think we were the better team today?
You cannot say that when the loss was by 2 goals.
Okay, so
No, but you understand my argument, Roger. When it's 2-0 loss, you can't say go ahead.
I get it, because this sport, unlike the NFL, American football, you don't see this lot one-sided, where one team absolutely dominates another and they lose. It just doesn't
I wouldn't
happen.
call it a domination, though.
Hold on.
Domination, exactly, because the strategically and cohesively you are better.
Perhaps I haven't interjected as such. The reason why I say that is I've seen one example in my 28 years living in America where one team had over 700 yards in offense and the other team had 150. That's because they turned the ball over. There was 6 or 7 turnovers. That's once in a blue moon. But in football or soccer, this happens often, where you see.
He's making fun of Americans.
Yeah, because you don't get rewarded for half a goal like in many sports.
As I said, I've quoted the famous game or infamous game for Liverpool versus Burnley, where they absolutely. It was actually a snoozer fest because it was just one-sided, and yet Burnley won 2-0. It's just if you look at the game, it was played. If you look at the game, if you look at this game today, it was played predominantly in their third, where we had the vast majority of shots, the vast majority of chances. So,
Roger, you're right.
Corners. So I'm just going by those.
Look, I'll tell you what the measure is. I want to just make this point quick.
Goals. Yes, I get it.
No, not even goals, right? I agree that happens all the time. That's why we enjoy the game, right? Because any given, any manager, any given game, especially the English Premier League, and that's why my old man loves it, like my father, because he can watch a game and always roots for the underdog. That's why he loves the EPL. That's what you just described is why he loves watching this league, right?
Yeah.
Now that is meant to be a rare occurrence. The measure is how many games were played. A 38-game season, right, is the measure. Those games are always going to happen. That's why the Invincibles were so praised, right? Even though they drew a lot, right? That's yeah. So when you look at the measure is the season, and right now we're 11th, right? There's only and there's a lot of these games we did dominate on stats. We did dominate on shots. We did dominate on everything, right?
Yeah.
We just fell through.
Yeah.
Another measure is what is the team's worth, right? We spent a lot of money on this team. This is actually a talented team. This is not an average team, right?
Could you name me one of their players that would make it into our squad? I can't.
Martinez. That's it.
Watkins will. Ollie Watkins will.
Ollie?
What's that? Ollie Watkins?
Probably the goalkeeper as well.
Martinez too. Martinez too. The goalkeeper, of course. I think
keeper and striker.
Yeah. Please, Declan, can you hold on a minute, please? It's becoming too long, and I don't have the energy. And I know Roger wants to help, but it's not something he's used to. It's not going to be that easy. If Villa won't be relegated, let that sink in. And you say you don't have jokes today. Potter is not the right man for Chelsea. He seems not to have control over his players. He's something that looks clueless. I heard somebody saying that Kukurea, or was it Koulibaly was asking him what formation that we're playing. It was not a good evening. It wasn't at all. It was a bad evening. Sack Potter tomorrow morning and fire Boehly. Yeah, good luck. Roman Abramovich should come back. Start working on it. If you go, ask your pastor to start praying about that. I didn't want any heartbreak. You had to go watch the Bayern game. I would do the same if I were you. Ruined my evening. A glass of what will make a difference. I'm sure you're into that too. On the right side, we are the third highest scoring team in the bottom half of the table.
That's a positive outlook.
We have seriously become a joke. Leeds and Leicester City have scored more. Todd Boehly spoiled Chelsea. Roman Dean, because he gave us 200 million. I think that's what you're saying. Glenn, how are you? I want our coach gone now. Yeah, I think Glenn can help. Glenn has connection. If he speaks to Boehly, he would do that. John McGinn, let's see. Look at the back line today. They had never played a single game together. Potter is clueless. I think from the get-go during the pregame show, we knew that was a problem. And no matter how anybody explains it, it's still a makeshift back line. Did we play with a midfield today? They played, but like I've always said, they're good offensively, but defensively we have an issue. They don't do much to help defensively. I was doing fine just 3 hours ago, mate. Now I'm on the Stella. Okay, plug it out with them there. Whoever is stuck in this piece of breath of fresh air, that was the clap. You guys blaming Potter. He didn't have a preseason. The squad is too big. The boys gave everything. And the way he started this sentence, you think he's saying the same thing you're saying. You think he's on Potter's side. He really said the boys gave it their all. Then he said it. I think Fabrizio Romano tweeted something with regards to that.
I watched it. He said it.
Yeah, he said it. I'm starting a GoFundMe page to raise 16 million. All donations are welcome. Already I have 3.7 pounds. Yeah. So we'll get there. Let's take it gradual. We'll get there. We'll take his class. Okuku says you don't need to think to square play to have that. That's a solid chance that Man City would have converted. I've said that before. One of our biggest problems, although a lot of people don't pay attention to that, we're a bit too selfish when we get to the final third. I think Manchester City are drilled in a way that even when you get to the final third, they seem to look whether somebody's better positioned. But in our case, once we get there, everybody wants to be the goal scorer. And to me, that has started since the days of Frank Lampard, really. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else I have to address here? I'm tired of this Potter ball. It's more like Potter balls. Absolutely. Shambles Valley, nice to see you. If you're watching and you haven't, please drop a like on the stream. We have 46 likes. We should be doing better than that. The more likes we get, the more people get to join the show. And if you haven't, please do subscribe. And also, if you want to become a member, it's just $2.99. The link is at the very top there. You can click through it and become a member. Our biggest problem, is nobody up front. It's a goal threat. You can say that's an issue too. I'm not paying attention. Tactically, Potter is not good at all. Poor substitution, poor game plan. He deserves to be sacked. The argument is getting serious here. Declan, go ahead with what you were saying, so I can bring in Bobby. He's been waiting, but you were saying something before I started reading the chat.
I'll let Bobby go. Hey, did Bobby hear what you said about Liverpool? Hey, Bobby, did you hear what Coach said about Liverpool?
Coach?
Coach.
Brothers, do you know why they all turned against me? Because I said we can beat Liverpool.
It's nice
Did you hear that, Bobby?
It's nice you guys find
Hey,
something
is it still the
funny in
first?
all this.
Is it still the first in
Bobby,
I didn't
America?
hear what he said about Liverpool.
He said we can beat Liverpool.
Well,
and he carried on like there was no
if
pause.
we
Yeah, he
have a
wanted to
different-
explain too.
If we have a different manager, yes. I
Okay.
think enough is enough now. We have to admit the truth. Graham Potter is going nowhere fast. He's got to go now. I have stuck up for a lot of things. I've thought, okay, let him stay till the summer. No, it's time wasting. Everybody's time. I've stuck up for the owners. They've made an almighty mistake, an expensive one. They've got to pay the price and get rid of this guy. I was on a platform that was calling him a PE teacher. I see their points. That is what he is. He's not an elite manager.
No,
There
he's
is an
not.
opportunity to
No one
get
said he
an
was.
elite manager on the free because there are two out there clicking their heels looking for a job in Enrique and Nagelsmann. I think Enrique is probably a better choice, although I know loads of people have made the case for Nagelsmann because he has been selected before for us. But Enrique has the pedigree and he has the maturity, which is what this team needs. Potter listen, we will just keep trying and hoping and waiting. He's an embarrassment. He's an embarrassment to English coaches. He's making us look stupid. He's making us look incompetent. All this, give me time, give me time, give me time. Well, these foreign chaps come here, they don't ask for time. They just do the job. Nobody cares about time. Tuchel didn't ask for time. He's gone to Bayern, he's not asking for time. If you're good enough, you get the job done. F your time. He's had enough time, to be honest. Even if he hasn't had a pre-season, it's not a pre-season that will make you put a vertically challenged Cucurella in left back and leave Badiashile on the bench. Whereas that situation where Cucurella headed the ball towards goal, Badiashile, because he has the physicality, would have headed it away. What is the stupidness? I mean, I love Ruben, I really do, but the stupidity of playing James right back when you've got Chalobah sat on the bench is just beyond me. I even tried to defend them before the game on this stream. I said, let's wait and see. Well, we've seen it. It's stupidity. No more defending. I'm out for this geezer. I want him out of my club now. Now.
Tell me
He
how
can't
you
be
really
gone
feel.
soon enough. He can't be
You
gone soon
you
enough.
still don't understand how he really feels now.
They
What do
made
you
a mistake. They made a mistake. They've gone and imported Brighton to Chelsea, and now we've become Brighton. The worst thing about all this is that
I
they've
wish,
got rid of
Yeah,
all
I
Chelsea.
wish.
They've got rid of all. Well, Brighton are better off without them because they
Yeah,
kept them as a mediocre mid-table team. They've got rid of all the Chelsea coaching staff. So even if we do clear the decks, who's going to take over in the interim? We'll have to do a quick swap over. And the new guy coming in, please, I mean, help him. Whoever it is going to have a job on his hands because he's got to hit the ground more than running. It's unfair. It's unfair. Potter is wasting everybody's time. Everybody's time. He's got to get out of here. Tomorrow morning, there should be an announcement. This geezer has to get out of my club. With
Do you
that
think that
geezer
will
that
happen,
sits
though,
next to
Bobby?
him, I don't know. I hope so. Look, if people say Boehly's not a football person, okay, fine. But at least Egbali understands football.
Yeah, he
Vival,
Yeah.
Stewart,
Winstanley.
Winstanley, they're all football people. If everybody can see he does not have the ability to manage an elite squad. Today
You
really
don't need to be a football
exposed that.
person, Bobby. Yeah, you don't need to be a football person to
no,
even
Bobby's
see this.
Right. Bobby's right. It
Exactly.
will come from Winstanley or Vivell, and they will say to
Yeah,
the
no,
owners that the
I
board
agree.
will
I'm
say,
saying we're at such a point that even a non-football person can see what's
Can
going
see
on.
it. Oh, it's plain as day. I mean, this what happened today. The team selection. I mean, Kante came on to play what? He just threw him on. It was you know what the Americans, as you guys would call it, a Hail Mary. He
Yep.
just threw that ball for anybody and everybody to catch it. He just threw him on to save me, save me. SOS. He came on to do. He had no position. It was just to see what he could do to salvage the game. And bless him, Kante, in those few minutes he was on, you could already see the difference anyway. He's cutting out balls, he's winning balls, he's making attacks. Boy, have we missed him. I don't even want Kante to be to tarnish his image under this diabolical PE teacher. It should never have come to the club.
He
And
came in the 57th minute.
Oh no! My patience has gone. I've lost it now. You know, bringing on Gallagher and Pulisic. At that time to do what, to play anywhere. You could just see he's clutching at what will save him. He's got to go. Take your millions. Yeah, you're going to make some money with that guy next to you. That large guy. I've forgotten his name. I don't think anybody even knows his name. All that lot sitting there. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're
The
not
large guy?
Yeah, the one with I don't know, the bearded large guy next to him.
Bjorn is one of them. That's the shorter guy.
I don't even care what he's called. I just want to see their backs. They don't belong at this club. They've embarrassed the hell out of this club. They have made us look stupid. Every minute is there. They're making even worse what the look of English managers at the elite level. He's got to go. He's got to go. I just can't say it's strong enough.
But Bobby, seriously, all joking aside, do you think this will transpire?
Well, it should do. It should do.
What do you mean in the next 24 hours?
I'll tell you, if it doesn't happen now, it doesn't happen now. You've seen, look, I've seen Liverpool, like, this is a Liverpool, probably a poorer Liverpool that lost 4-1. But even in that first half, they still looked
threatening,
on par, right?
Yeah,
and what they did to Man United is what I fear what's going to happen to us, because you come out like this game, or you come out with a stupid back line and interesting experimental thing you want to do, we could be on the end of a big scoreline. And if he does not get sacked after something like that, if he doesn't go now, it's going to be right after that game.
Well, that's a home game, right?
Did you know there is a chance? There is a chance that the Nagelsmann is taking.
That is a home game.
Nagelsmann needs a week or two or a month or something. Because if
you know what? Hey, I've been hearing Klopp's name. Maybe there's a lot of Klopp outs after this game. Maybe Klopp might be on the market too.
Bobby, you were saying something, Bobby.
We got bigger problems than Klopp. I don't care what's happening with Liverpool, to be honest. I mean
that he might be available. Is what I was kind of saying.
Well, I wouldn't want him either. You know, he's a limited coach.
I'd love him
in terms of certain.
I'd love him.
We got a backwards coach, not a.
The one thing that I think could be the nail in the coffin of Potter is that I think towards the end of the game, I don't know if others may have seen this. I didn't see Boehly anymore, which was very interesting.
That's a good point.
I think he had to leave before the game ended.
You know, the cameras never went on him too.
No,
the cameras were barely on Boehly too. I mean, on Potter, which I wanted to see. There was a lack of that
too. They're just biased. And all these people give him time. Opposition managers give him time. Of course, they want him to have time so they can keep caning his ass.
Decade.
And, you know what I mean? Just they keep whipping him.
I think he's
time. Let's give him more licks.
It just sounds as if... Yeah, go ahead, Bobby, when you drop. Sorry, Bobby was still talking. Let's let him drop.
This guy, I'm ranting, but you know what? I'm angry. You know, I can't stand... You talk about... I mean, crikey, he had every time he has had opportunities to instill something in his team, World Cup breaks, international breaks. That was a semi-international break because a lot of the players were around. They didn't play much. Badiashile only played one under 21 game, and he was there most of the time. Chalobah was there all of the time. What the hell's wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this guy? He's not capable. That is what it is. He doesn't know what he's doing at this level. No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with making a mistake of putting him in while we sit and look over our shoulders and regret Tuchel going. Okay, fix it. Hold your hands up and fix it. Get rid of him and get the elite managers that are still out there into the club to try and save us. Because this guy, if you're not careful, will probably even get you relegated. I can't even see where the points are coming from. So on 38 points, I don't know when he's going to get his next points the way he is. And this is a good team. The good team.
Yeah, we should be doing much better. Even if you agree.
You want to know the most interesting thing? This is the most comfortable manager I've seen ever. This guy, I think he's so carefree. I don't think he cares if he gets a sack. The money that he is about to get, and the money he's on is beyond what he ever thought or his limits. He has won the lottery, and I think he's so carefree. What Bobby said, I think there's no urgency. Like managers, this job can take over your life. I don't think it has for Potter. I think he's just cash. Let's try this out. All right, yeah, it maybe didn't work, and that's it. Just can't wait to get sacked. This guy's going to get so much money. I think he has no fear.
But that's your opinion.
How are you pro bono for the fourth highest paid manager in the world? How are you pro bono for the fourth highest paid manager?
It doesn't make any difference what he feels. He just has to go. Whether he cares, he doesn't care. He can't deliver. That's just the reality. He either can't or he won't. If you believe he doesn't care and whatever, he's not delivering. And he's not going to deliver. So what? Just give him the money. That is part of the mistake.
Okay, I'm going to ask something. But people were saying the same thing about Arsenal's manager 2 years ago.
No, I've heard that before. Forget that. Listen, you can't duplicate two separate situations. This guy has to
I think we're trigger happy. This is my whole issue.
No, he's got to go.
You have right to say that, Roger. You have every right to say that.
Roger,
we have a culture.
He won the FA Cup in his first season, and he finished the season really strong. You could really see the difference in the team.
And they finished where?
They started bad, but they finished strong.
They finished 8th and 5th.
Yes.
FA Cup?
3 years.
Hello, FA Cup? Is my mic working? Sorry. Is there FA Cup in there?
Yeah, he won an FA Cup against us with all players pulling hamstrings.
So he won an FA Cup. That bought him some time. You know what? I'll give you something, Roger. If we won an FA Cup and 8th, and that was from December, then, I'll be like a little bit more optimistic. Hey, let's see how set.
And what about the following year, 8th again?
It was that season he didn't implement his play style, right? That season is where everyone started questioning. That's when he started implementing play style, right? They finished that season strong. They started badly, right? So there was something that say, you know what? If they continue this, right? But a lot of the fan base was split, and it was split. They wanted him out.
No, Roger, I love you, bro, but this is indefensible. He
did things which were very clear. He benched players who were not working hard for him. He improved the team. He brought in the youth. He was doing.
Jesse, do you have your piece on? It looks like you don't hear when we don't hear when we're talking over each other.
Okay, can I just say one thing? Do you not all agree, though, that Chelsea have historically, I'm talking about this century, do you not think, though, we have very much a culture of pulling the trigger early compared to other clubs?
Irrelevant, my brother.
It's highly irrelevant.
No, you're right, but we've had so much success over 2 decades,
that's
right?
Undeniable. That's undeniable.
And but that's why it looked like trigger.
I'm agreeing.
So with Lampard, with Scolari, with AVB, did they look like triggers? Like we were trigger happy on those managers?
AVB, no.
So those managers didn't look like trigger happy. Other managers, they showed some success and then kind of didn't have a good season. They were trigger happy. I can agree with those ones. But see Potter, Ancelotti was the worst one. So now I put Potter with AVB. He's worse than AVB, right?
Wow.
So it's not trigger happy. Yeah, 100%. You know, but statistically as well.
Yeah, but AVB didn't experience this.
Roger, it does
decimation
not
of
mean
injury.
that we have been trigger
Or
happy.
injuries.
That means that we have to
AVB
give
didn't get
Potter
600
the Nobel
million as
Prize,
well.
huh?
I don't think.
Yeah, I know, but it's important.
We're talking over each other. It looks like some of us don't hear when others are talking, probably talking at the same time.
No, I'm doing it on purpose because.
Okay, you guys just please let me catch up with this guy in the chat. You know how we operate here. Did you hear the Villa fans chanting, "Connie, what's the score? Connie, what's the score?" I didn't hear that. Roger, he's saying, okay.
Poor guy.
They're saying, Boehly wants to destroy the Chelsea name so he can change it and move to Earls Court. Okay. I actually dreamed of Chelsea losing to Aston Villa, and you didn't tell us.
He's still dreaming.
And you did not tell us. So don't tell us after the result again, Choma. Just quickly, please, just give me a few minutes. I'll catch up as quickly as possible. Kukurea made a silly mistake, but we should have been up with all the possession. Can you say all the chances? Yes. Be specific, because all the position doesn't make any difference. The New York guy, my bro. I hope Todd joins the Twitter space now. Let me know in time so I can get some popcorn. I don't think he will today. Probably will hear what he doesn't want to hear. If you're watching, if you haven't, keep dropping the likes on the stream. 53 likes. Let's try and get it to 100 as soon as possible. Kachila is a fan of that sticky icky.
Oh, that's cold.
Chama yourself, which fan? Chama is a hardcore Chelsea fan. Surrounded by family members who are Chelsea fans, especially his brother who's an Arsenal fan. And here's the link to the membership. If you want to become a member, the link is pinned there, $2.99. It will help sort of something we want to be doing for students every month. I don't think we'll have enough to do this coming month, but if not, I'll try and make it up and do something for students as promised. The front three were stupid. Wow. Okay, Kim, so I haven't seen you in a while. I am not even pissed, to be honest. I was weak, was already ruined. Your week was already ruined. Conte made a right just to leave Tottenham to avoid the pressure on him, but Potter hasn't left. Would you leave?
On his salary?
Yeah, you wouldn't leave on his salary, and plus if you get sacked, you get even more. Plus there's a chance he believes he can actually turn it around. It's as simple as that. Madueke is our most direct player. That was why I've looked at it before, and I think Roger agrees. He should be starting, even if it's as an 8. I think he'd do better than most players would do in that position. I think it's over for us against Real Madrid. Kante was good. He was good in the little minutes he played there, but there's little. A tree cannot make a forest. The board must do emergency meeting for second time as soon as possible. Not Chiroma, it's Choma, and I'm sure you're Nigerian. You should know how to spell that. It's no longer a Graham Potter's fault. At this point, you can't argue that. So the board should take the blame for this fiasco called Graham Potter. Bad choices. Bad choice. Even was not acting swiftly, even though the picture is clear for all to see. You could argue that we don't care. And Aurora, I hope you're doing well. We don't care how much it takes to sack Graham Potter. Just do it. You have to care how long. I don't know about that statement. If you don't care how long it takes to sack him, and they decide they want to sack him in 2025, will you be okay with that? Ghana Charleston coach's time. Potter. Sit Modric down and let him know that he shouldn't let the war in Ukraine hit his mentality. Okay, it's that easy. Yeah. Colin Hiddink right now, give him the last
Mr. The last game. Coach, are you on mute?
You're muted, Coach.
He unplugged.
Yeah, I think your mic's had enough.
The dock went off. It wasn't fully charged. Not Nagelsmann either, bro. There's a reason Bayern sacked him. Okay, and Nagelsmann is right. I'll take him, really, even though there's a reason Bayern sacked him. So unfortunately, to the members especially, and to everyone else in the chat, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, then so that we can catch up. And the next subsequent, if there's anything important to read there, Roger agrees he'll do that. Greetings, the Kuchila and the rest of the panel. Please, can you guys help me out here? Sack Graham Potter now or wait till the end of the season? Which is better? 3 seasons with Graham Potter will not change anything, in my opinion. Okay, Roger, let's start you with that one.
Where are you? Oh, you mean, okay, greetings, Coachella.
Yeah, no, as in the question.
Oh, sorry. So, which is better? Hold on, now wait until the end of the season, which is better? I say we wait. I say we give him time till next Christmas. That's honestly, don't castrate me for it, but this is what I honestly believe.
Just let him speak.
Yeah, sorry, I can't help my laughter. I get a feeling like Roger's got a vacation for a year. He's retiring. It's a place where there's no TV. Just give it to next Christmas. I'll be back by then, I think.
Cancun, baby, Cancun.
Yeah,
no, listen. There's many reasons. I'm not saying he's perfect. He's not an elite coach. He was hired, obviously, on his ceiling, on his potential. I still don't believe, because of what has transpired this season, I don't think he's been given, quote unquote, a fair shake, unquote. But, listen, the team has been playing poorly. And when we've been winning, we've been playing poorly. I don't let the results affect my opinion. Regardless, it's the truth. It's like we played well today, but we lost, and yet sometimes we win and we play poorly. You have to be objective in what you're seeing, and we lack consistency right now in a large way, in my opinion. There's many. Listen, I thought we played sloppy. We gave the ball away when we shouldn't have, and there's many things that you can point the finger to. But to be honest with you, the XG, when you have this many chances and you're not, with the exception of one shot where the keeper made a great save, we didn't really test him enough, to be honest with you. That's my opinion.
Declan, do you want to add to that one?
No. I can't do an Australian
next
accent.
Christmas.
Sorry,
Oh my God! Any manager that comes in now gets an extended preseason. Positive. This is a circus right now. This isn't a manager. I mean, everyone's. Yeah, I've seen people say, "Well, this is not an elite manager," and as if we're meant to learn, like he's meant to learn on the job at Chelsea, or did he come in as a work experience, or I don't know what the go is. So this guy needs to go because it's not only making the fan base worse. I think he's made the players worse. You got to also remember we paid so much money on player potential. Don't know about the manager potential, right? On player potential, and we're not getting the best out of our player potential. So we're going fast nowhere. At least if a manager comes in now, he gets an extended preseason, and we still have a chance in the Champions League. Which could surprise many managers. I think it's kind of what happened with Tuchel, because Tuchel was well prepared, right, for PSG in a lot of the top teams for the Champions League, because that was a priority. And now if we get a manager that is also, they have no way of knowing how he's going to play because there's no measure of data. So we can surprise teams, and with a bit of luck, we can even take a Champions League. That's why there's so much positive to bring a manager in now.
That's
Potter,
actually a valid point, actually. When you've got no data to go on, you have nothing to study. I get it, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why Potter has shown nothing to go off.
Plenty of data. Plenty of data.
Plenty of data. I would agree. When you said inconsistent, I would agree if we were doing well and then we were dropping random points like this game where it should have been a win game, but it's not. This was a 6-point clash. This was a big game for us. That's what it was actually. This wasn't us chasing top 4 and our inconsistency is letting us down. No, this is a measure of the manager and how he has no idea, and the players. It's rubbed off on the players. You can say we've gotten worse over the season, let's say this whole season was Potter's preseason, yeah? We should be
regressed?
finishing strong. We should be finishing strong, right? We should be improving. Even what you said, chemistry and need time and all that, we should be improving each game. That should be improving, but we're going the opposite way, right? So that's where you know that we're having trouble. And also, I was trying to say two things at once then. That's when Potter's trying new things, right? He still doesn't know. He still doesn't have a best 11. He still doesn't have a best formation. We're in April, and now I'll tell you something now because now it's getting embarrassing. Has anyone looked at the fixtures for April or the rest of the?
Yes, I have. Yeah,
it's tight. It's tight every 3-4 days. Every 3-4 days.
Not going to look pretty. Yeah. Not pretty with the teams, and for Real Madrid in there two legs as well.
If I say we're going to win a few now, you guys can say, have I taken my medicine?
Listen, our last 5 games.
We know you're taking medicine.
Our last 5 games, we started with a back 3.
Yeah.
I know, but we started with a back 4. We've changed. We've tried every single. We've tried so many formations. I think I'm starting to believe that Potter pulls out of the hat. That's what where I'm at. We've done everything.
So since
we have,
all right,
we've been inconsistent in the way we want to play in the formation and the starting 11. That's the biggest one.
So since the World Cup, we played 4 consecutive back 4s. Then we had 3 consecutive back 3s. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive back 4s, and now 5 consecutive back 3s.
Yeah.
And different consistent of play combination of players as well in there.
Just quickly, Jesse, I wanted you to also talk about this. Bobby will talk about this, and I'll script at the very bottom. Jesse, your thoughts on this comment right here. What do you think of the club should and I think I agree with Declan. The more we leave it, maybe with you could say the sense of saying we're giving him more time, the worse it gets, and it's not good for business. I think it would be more economical actually to let him go now. And like what I said during the start of the show, it has gotten to a point, even if you don't think it's not his fault, it's not working under him. Changing the manager can make a huge difference, no matter how you say it. But go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, I genuinely believe Potter when he says like the boys gave it all, everything. Because these are good players and they are genuinely giving everything. They are playing to win. They want to win. The problem is not the players. The problem is the manager, tactics, strategy, and the constant changing, trying different things. And that's the bigger context. But even within the context of one game, looking at how, for example, Villa plays, how he prepares for a game against Villa, having some plans, how to beat them, how to score a goal, how to defend against them. He's been found out. And initially the excuses were time, then injuries, then. But he has been supported with everything. Brought in new players, new talent. The injured players are back, and he has had ample time. But to be honest, Chelsea has not improved. And in the games we are losing, you can say statistically XG. But when you look at the game, to be honest, I don't feel confident that we should have won this game.
And Villa could have scored more, right?
Yes. I mean, on the break, it can happen. But they shut out the game. That's also defense is also a part of the game, and they really defended well. And
may I ask something? What do you think of Cucurella?
I didn't think they defended well.
What do you think of Cucurella? What do you see his future with us? Because the more I see him play, the more errors I see him. I see him so undisciplined. Now, you could say this is part of the coaching staff where he needs to be educated more. I'm not denying that, but I'm just saying, based on what I've seen of him, he looks more of a liability defensively than he does as more positively, if you know what I mean.
Listen, I'll tell you what I think. I mean, I don't want to judge none of the players. When Cucurella is playing out of position a little bit.
No, you can't say that though. He's played there quite a few times He's played
I
there
will
But he's
a lot.
also
explain
played his
you.
position as well.
Please don't interrupt. You asked
Then,
the
then,
answer.
then
Let
if he's
me
played there
explain.
quite well, you could say, I think he's played in multiple positions. You cannot say that is where he played. That you
It's
couldn't
No,
say
but
that his
did he come in
Can I,
primary
can
Spain?
I,
He
position.
can I
played there in
justify
Spain
my
for
reasoning?
years
Please
there.
don't interrupt. Let me also just.
Sure,
Every player is not like 100% this, 100% that, 100%.
sure.
Every player has his strengths and every player has his weaknesses. Nobody is perfect. It's a it's how you combine 11 players'
Yeah.
strengths for an outcome. Is Cucurella being played according to his strengths today? I don't think so. And that is on the manager, and that's why I don't want to judge Cucurella.
Didn't someone say
And he has to do
previously
Yeah.
it.
that Cucurella played for a year or two as a left centre back though in Portugal
But
or
where he has
Spain?
played
No,
predominantly
no.
is in the left back
It was a
position and wing
different
back
team.
position.
Roger, it was
Yeah,
a different team.
it was under Potter where when he went to the back three. That's where he played Cucurella.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but he's
that
probably
was
left
right
back. But
from 1 year.
regardless, this whole season he has played and he's been one of our worst players. He's been a flop
Yeah.
signing. I see him as a backup to Chilwell. That's where I see him when the next
But
manager
he
comes in.
shouldn't have started there today, where we have
Yep.
what's his name? Where we have Badia Sheila on the bench, and Badia Sheila, as tall as he is, wouldn't have struggled with that aerial ball. That could, because the first, more importantly,
Well, actually,
he
Badia
struggled.
wouldn't have been there in the first place to head of that ball. It was down the middle, which is where Koulibaly
Yeah, so
was.
Kukurea caused a bit of confusion there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Badia shouldn't have been there in the first place had he been playing in the left centre back role. That's what I wanted to say.
And
Yeah.
okay,
Two
one final
centre back
point.
pairings would
One
have
final
had
point.
dealt with
One
that
point.
comfortably.
Coach, my second point, which final point, what I wanted to mention is, I also have one thought for Potter, like one thing which goes towards him is, I really do not know how much control he has and how much of interference he's getting from the owners or the board. We saw Mount on the bench, and judging by a few performances, I wouldn't have minded having Mount on the field today,
You saw Mount
even
on
as
what bench
substitute. He was on bench. He was on bench. Uh,
today?
I think he was,
then
wasn't he?
Yeah.
also freezing out Aubameyang, I do not understand. I mean, he's a striker. You are lacking a striker. So is it a Potter decision or is it a board decision? That
Oh,
The
he
is
only
was
way you
one
on the
thing.
bench.
understand, you need a degree in emotional intelligence to understand that one.
Yeah, but
Uppercut.
why this point is, you can get rid of Potter, but these things, if it is coming from the board as well, those things won't go away.
Yeah, if they're interfering, which means even if we change managers, we'll still have problems. But here's the thing: I'm going to
I
say
hope
this, and
that's not the case.
I'm going to try to catch up with the chart again.
Yeah.
If Graham Potter is allowing the hierarchy to dictate what he does in terms of selection and all of that, and how he treats players, then he has no business being at Chelsea. He has no business being at Chelsea if that's the case.
Yeah,
I doubt that's the case. But if that's the case, he will never be a top class manager. It will take a lot for him to overcome that. If he always does things because the hierarchy wants him to do that, top managers will walk away. Because once they start
they will.
doing
I
what,
agree.
if they start doing, once they start doing what you want them to do, they will never
You're a
get the
puppet.
job done the right way.
Basically a puppet, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Nagelsmann needs to take time off. It's not good to jump from one job to another without taking a break. Yep, it's not good for jumping from one relationship to another without taking a break. You need a break sometimes because sometimes jealousy or just for lack of a better time, let me say, jealousy will push you to quickly go into another job to prove that you knew exactly what you were doing, that it was never your fault, and then it could end up being a mistake. Conte avoided the pressure on him. You could say that what Roman did, they should have continued doing it and build in the background, but no man thought he was going to. Is that reveal the new Chelsea? Or what word is that? Reveal the new Chelsea like Jurassic Park, and he did all he did was spare no expenses, no. Again, no sentiment. No, yeah, you're a former Chelsea player. No, you need time. He just wants things changing immediately. But that was an issue on its own. here's the thing: what I would have done differently with the new owners. I want to start well. Start with an established manager. Start with a manager with a good pedigree. Stable the ship, because with that, the whole thing that happened came off the back of the Souls conundrum, the sanctions on everything. Firing Tuchel, even when it shouldn't be a mistake, it was a mistake already. Lots of So I don't know how else to make it to explain it for that to make
That's
sense.
undeniable, Coach.
Yeah, maybe the medication is still kicking in, but my point is,
it's undeniable. Seriously.
Yeah, my point is, I think they should have gone for a manager with, you can say, proven a track record to get stabilize the ship. Give the manager 3 years. Even if you want to keep manager for 100 years after that, you do that. It was a risk hiring Graham Potter in the first place. Even though I was happy he was the one taking over, I thought he was going to work, but I've seen enough to say I don't think it will work. Just to let you know, Lukaku is coming back. Yeah, that's a huge elephant in the room. So huge.
It's a
There's
mammoth.
no even space to sit. Yeah, it's enormous. Mammoth. Yeah, no space to even sit and talk about it in the same room. It's so.
He's going to divide the locker room, Coach.
Yeah, and given Potter's comment, I'm not sure where we're going, because he could come and start fighting an Austin, and you never know. But I don't think it will be that simple. And what does that tell you? That comment.
That tells you you're medicated.
Yeah, that comment simply shows you they have plans to keep Lukaku. That comment from Graham Potter, they have plans to keep him. It would take Lukaku saying no, he doesn't want to come back, for them to say okay, bye bye.
Potter in that comment, he said, "Oh yeah, he's great. Whatever, he knows the club, and we'll talk at the end of the season." Why is Potter commenting at the end of the season?
He then said we know him and we like him. Something to that
effect.
Yeah,
but the interesting one, he said we'll talk at the end of the season.
When did he say this?
When he asked when he got questioned about Lukaku.
What, today?
No. During the Friday's press conference.
Okay.
Yeah, the pre-match.
No, not a long time ago. A few days ago. That's Friday, I think. On Friday.
Yeah, the pre-match, I think it was.
That. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How does this guy think that he's going to last at the end of the season? When does he get this confidence that he's going to be able to talk to Lukaku at the end of the season?
He'll probably be backed, I bet you.
I think that's part of the problem. I think Potter believes he's achieved all. You know, when you're striving your career, this is the highest you can get. 4th highest paid. This is to show you made it. You know you know how you buy a young player and sometimes they don't fulfill their potential because there's no more drive anymore. Do you know what I mean? Even like Gareth Bale, I used to felt like that. Once you achieve Real Madrid, big wage, this and that, I think he lost the love for the game and he reached everything.
Do you think he's too comfortable in his own shoes right now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Possibly.
He's comfortable. He's no fear of the sack. So comfortable. Happy to try things out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like his excuses about like, hey, have you watched All or Nothing to Boehly? Yeah, look what happened to Arteta. This could be me. I think he gets away with a lot in the higher ups too. There's something weird because I don't know how they were so trigger happy on Tuchel and now. It's not even.
I think
you know what? Any other owner would have sacked him by now. That's kind of what's weird.
I agree with you.
Or if the payoff wouldn't cost too much, I think they would have sacked him now.
So
right now.
60 mil is looking like a bargain now. That's what.
No, but you get my point. If it wasn't that big, they would have sacked him by now.
It's just the way the clerk says it.
So you're saying that they won't sack him because actually it is them who are managing the team. They know it. And it's not Potter who's managing the team.
If that's
we spend so much money in the summer that 60 mil looks like nothing. How's 60 mil holding us back now? Take it out of the transfer window. Take it out of the transfer budget. Next season,
we're borderline into trouble already. If we're asking the Premier League to give us, give us some slack, which means we're there already. And without the Champions League, we're definitely going to have a lot of issues in terms of balancing the books.
I'm praying that there's been backroom talks, and the only delay is that we haven't found our manager yet. The next replacement. That's it. I hope that's the case.
If the board is meddling, this reminds me of Jerry Jones when he first came on board buying the Dallas Cowboys, where upon firing Jimmy Johnson, he was intimated for getting involved with everything, and basically putting his nose where it didn't need to be. And if that is indeed the case, what's transpiring with the Chelsea board, then this does not bode well for us. That's because Vivell and Winstanley, they should be the people that interfere. When I say interfere, have more input, because they're more qualified to give input to the board. They are the buffer per se, and that's how it should
Roger.
work.
Roger. I had that complaint at early on in the season after Tuchel and that, because all those stories came out, and it actually indicated that. It indicated that that was the reason for the falling out.
There was no Winstanley or Vivell then. But they both.
No, I know, but regardless, you can't change a habit. You can't. If Boehly is like that at his sports club, right? Back in America, then he's going to be like that here. And it looks like that. He even gave. I thought him giving the title as the technical director, right, was like a joke thing.
Yeah.
But he actually announced that he stepped down from the role. So he must have believed he was in the role. This guy had a big mouth when he started talking. He started talking a lot, and he sounded stupid too. The more he talked, right? I think he had a massive ego, and that's what happened. I think he's very involved, and I think it's not just Potter's performance. Yeah,
I hope you're wrong, sir.
I hope I'm wrong too. But that was my biggest fear, because I said that early on, that Potter's not going to be our problem. Boehly's going to be our problem, and no big manager is going to want to come here and work under those conditions.
Because that's going to be a big problem. The board should not be speaking to Graham in such terms without the football directors, Vivell and Winstanley, being there.
All right, go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead. You haven't spoken for a while. Yeah, go ahead.
Please, drop.
I keep hearing all these speculations, all these sort of soundboard semi-excuses. The truth that is staring up in the face is that Mr. Potter is not up to the job. You can blame Boehly.
Sure.
You can say Boehly's interfering with the team. Yada yada yada. That is we can't see. We don't know. Right. But what we can see and what we do know is a tactically deficient coach. He does not know how to assemble a team efficiently. And that is plain to see. Got nothing to do with Boehly, got nothing to do with anything other than him. He's been given these players, a talented bunch of young players. I heard Roger talking about Mikel Arteta and so on. You could see what Arteta was doing. You could see that tactically he had an idea and he wanted to achieve something, but he didn't have the players to do it. This guy has the players. Brings on Madueke. He's not teaching the players anything. They're gaining nothing from him. We've got Tetra Fofana sat in the stands somewhere because he doesn't want to try it. Doesn't want to play him. Overplaying Havertz. I thought Havertz actually looked a bit tired today. I thought Enzo looked a bit tired today. That was really interesting.
They were sloppy, weren't they?
Yeah, I thought, and then, it's coming up with all this, the international break. And there are no excuse. This game, just as Declared said, this game was a 6-pointer in terms of the coach. This was a game to see what he's got. Nothing. Unai Emery is a decent manager, but he's not an elite manager.
No, I agree.
He's getting humiliated by mediocrity. Average managers, standing managers, no managers. He's getting made to look a fool, making the club look stupid, making certain aspects of our Premier League managers look stupid. He has to go. I hope he goes tonight. And the longer we leave it, the more detrimental it is. Who's going to want to sponsor this team? That looks like, and he's definitely going nowhere. He's got to get out of here, really. He has to go. I can't see any other way now but for him to go. He's the worst Chelsea manager in history. That is an indictment. And he's still playing with the most expensive squad. What the hell are we doing? I'm
Robbie, what do you think
mortified.
happens? Do you think he goes? I don't think he goes still. If he goes, I'd be surprised.
Well, let's wait till Monday. I'll give it till Monday morning. If I don't hear anything tomorrow, I think he's going to stay. That would leave me gobsmacked because there are people there that are knowledgeable. Yeah, I understand the money side of it, but they've spent money. It's not like they haven't spent money. And if he's there thinking, oh, I've made it, okay, I can go smiling home to the bank, well, happy days. Good luck to you, mate. But just don't manage the club anymore because you can't, period.
Declan, let me ask you this. I know you said you're not going to sleep. You'll be waiting to hear and expecting the announcement of
Twitter.
And expecting the announcement of Nagelsmann. What do you think happens? Do you think they're going to sack him?
It's just exactly what Bobby was saying. We reach a point where it's just how isn't he sacked? And maybe I think I'm praying that the talks of manager has been ongoing for a while, and the only reason he's here because there isn't a replacement. But even then, he should be sacked, and there should be an assistant manager or interim or something, a caretaker. Just get him out of the club. Just remove him. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. I'm not sure what they see, because I know Iqbali said that we're 20 years behind in data. Maybe their data shows something. I would love to see it. But the games are coming quick and fast. After the Liverpool game, I think that what's happening now, if he doesn't get sacked, it's going to get amplified. In that, if we cop a Liverpool beating, and a beating of like 4, 5, 6, yeah, I can see it too. When they're on their game and you give them their chances, see you later. I know that they haven't been doing well, but we've been 10 times worse. So I think we could be on a big defeat number, and whatever happened now, that it's going to amplify tenfold from that game, and then every game, it's just going to get 10 times worse. It's going to get unbearable. It's going to get disgusting. I'm telling you now. And if Boehly's still, you know what? I think people are going to start turning on Boehly. I think that's what's going to happen. I think when
a possibility.
Yeah. I think that's when Boehly's going to feel the pressure and maybe just give in. I think if he has a stance of him wanting to give Potter time because of, it's his man, it's his decision, really. He's sacrificed so much. And you got to remember this too, and this is also a big factor that I don't think many people see. Boehly isn't the owner. Boehly is the chairman for the consortium group.
Exactly.
And this could get him sacked from his chairman position. He's still an investor, just like everyone else in the consortium.
That is, if the whole decision we've been blaming him for, if they're all in fact his fault, if they didn't vote and come to the conclusion, let's hire Potter, if it was just him saying, let's hire Potter, then yeah, you can blame that. But if they've been having meetings, deciding on what to do, they're not going to fire him because of all this.
No, that's Boehly's decision. Boehly and whoever he worked with at the time. Yes, it's not a board decision through the consortium vote on a chairman, right?
So they don't vote on decisions. That's why I'm talking about a consortium.
No, they don't. They
board,
vote,
right? There's
a board. There's a board within Chelsea. They're not using the board within the consortium, right? Mm-hmm. So they hire a chairman, and that chairman acts like an owner and does all the decisions, right?
Right.
Now, but for the consequences for his decisions, right? And if it costs money, see now they look at it on the level of money because they're investors, right? If this season and Potter's how bad he's gone and we've missed out on Champions League and all that has costed so much money, then they might make a decision and feel that Boehly's not the best person to lead the consortium, and they could vote on someone else. It could be Iqbali or it could be anyone else in the consortium.
Yeah, possible.
Yeah. and Boehly just takes a back seat after that, right? That could happen. And if that is the pressure he has, Boehly needs this to work. That I think that Boehly is going to go to the dire end to try to turn it around. That could be where that is coming from as well.
But Boehly would have pulled the trigger a long time ago, surely. Then, if that's the case, if he's under pressure,
maybe I'm coming from the point of maybe he has
down.
Yeah, well, it has to work. That he could pull the trigger and still lose his chairmanship role for the decision that he made.
I get it.
Kind of like that. It's a possibility. It depends how they look at it. You know, like I said, that they look at it purely financial, but they invested money too. They got to think, hey, we've invested all this money. You spend in the summer.
Long term. See, this is the problem. Not so much that they're Machiavellian on the board, but it's the concept especially in the States. The owners invariably they have a short, medium, and a long-term goal, and so they'll write off a season or two. They don't have this, especially the culture that Chelsea has had over the last 20 or so years. That generally isn't the case in America.
Yeah, I understand that. The problem now is that we don't see long-term with Potter.
No, I get. I'm just saying though.
And I think, and I don't think they will too. I think it's very hard to see long term, especially with a comfortable coach. That's my biggest issue.
By the way, Bobby Fairview, is Roger Potter out yet? I'm medicine in. That's all I am saying. It works for me.
Medicine in, positivity out.
On your water, mate.
Yeah, Jesse, go ahead, please rescue me. They're making fun of me. Just rescue me.
Potter is lucky. Potter is lucky that he has Boehly's number. So he's been given time again and again and again. The club has changed. With Boehly, the whole structure has changed. So Potter is lucky in that sense. But the fans have not changed. And the fans are
that's some delicious point right there.
Yeah. Can the fans realistically make a difference?
And the fans have very less power to fire Potter. It has to go to the level of turning ugly before Boehly fires him. And we are getting closer and closer and closer to the point where it is turning ugly. And that's when, before anything more happens, Boehly will fire him. So it's the culture of the club has changed, but the fans have not changed.
No, they haven't. Yeah.
But do you think the fans can actually? Do you think the fan base, do they have power where they can actually, should we say, put pressure on the board or Boehly, whomever?
I would say to a certain measure, but not to a measure where it will force them to.
The stadium-going fans. Primarily the stadium-going.
Yeah, of course.
There was social media as well, which Potter, I think Boehly and that get very involved in.
Here's the thing, Roger. Something I want to say quickly. Naturally, when something gets that bad, as bad to an extent where the fans started behaving, behaving in a you could say in a way that shows dissent. At that point, the owners themselves are sensing the same issue. So it's a line.
Isn't it beyond that point already? That's already.
I'm saying, it's
been discussing at the grounds.
Yeah, exactly.
From what we're being told.
Yeah, exactly. It's been discussed. So you cannot say really that that the club will let the manager go because of what the fans think. No, it's just that by the time the fans, like the class said now, start reacting, the board and those in charge have already started talking about it a while ago. They'd be stupid if they're not able to sense this before the fans do. They'd be talking about it already, but probably contemplating, should we give them more time or should we let them go now? And the fans will be reacting. So it just seems as if they react now, it would seem like if they did it because of the fans. No, I don't think that's strictly the case. No, the behavior is usually aligned with at a point. Again, whatever the fans' behavior, usually it's aligned with what the owners are saying, what they maybe start deciding what to do with regards to, but they don't take swift action. Usually don't take swift action swiftly like the fans would want them to. but I don't know how else to phrase that. Just let me
I
get a
get
few
it.
of what we have in the chat. It's over against Real Madrid. I don't want to say we can beat Real Madrid now, so people stop talking about my saying I'm on medication. But let me just phrase it this way: the game has not been played, so I will not say it's over until it's played, and the man in the middle blows the final whistle. Potter needs to learn that big clubs do not put out lineups to respond to mid-table opponents. Cowards. Hmm, wow, coward. No S there. We were done before we started. I think we saw a lot of issues with the defensive setup. Players that were selected, so the defensive selection not set up. We ain't winning the UEFA Champions League this season. I'm not going to say now on the two occasions that we've won it, nobody expected us to win it because everything I say now it's all about my medication.
Kim So has a better chance of getting a girlfriend before we win the Champions League. That's
Yeah. That's a solid argument. It says, guys, we need to realize Graham Potter and his staff had 2 weeks to figure out. Yeah, they've had a month and nothing changed. He too had time to figure out things during the World Cup. Yep. But yeah, mid-table, be mid-table. Yep. Apple and apple, orange and orange. Wow. No, Kim. So just respond to him there. It's heartbreaking to see my team like this. Just get a Potter out. Bottle job merchant. Francis Winters, nice to see you. If we're bringing up injuries, then let's bring up quality too. Between Villa and us, I think even when we had a village of injured players, my argument has always been we should be doing better. Matthew, I agree here. I'm so disappointed with the lineup. Move beyond the lineup. Start talking about the result. I never trusted Potter after Tuchel got sacked. Graham Potter is really showing his qualities. You can only give what you have. Graham Potter is actually given the best of his abilities. This clearly is above what he can handle. Okay. Kante 100% had an impact, bro. I think he did. He made a bit of a difference, but wasn't enough. If Emery had outscored, Emery is he's a good tactician. We are in the bottom half of the table, right? Yeah, after that. Yeah, in April, and people ain't protesting. Brightonization complete. 2 win backs and centre backs. That's how I see it. That's why I called it a mixture. Yeah. At centre backs, when there was 2 CBs on the bench, it's laughable. Honestly, had Badiashile started on the left and Chalobah on the right, I think it would have been more defensively solid.
Sure.
I don't know.
Can I just say something though? Hypothetically, obviously we'll never know, but if that was the case and we still performed the way we did offensively, I'm talking about, okay, with the lack of being clinical, then that it doesn't address that. You know, it doesn't other than maybe from corners where you can score aerially, perhaps. It doesn't address the fact that we had was it 27 shots or something, and only I think 8 on target.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's the truth. Yeah, and here's the thing: if we're going to talk about if we're going to talk about what went wrong, Roger, I know you and I have talked about that a lot. These two guys, I think it's not balanced. The pairing isn't balanced. They're excellent offensively, but they do nothing to help. They don't do much enough to help defensively. Let me not say nothing.
But you know what, though?
Genuinely, the midfield, it was difficult for these two to operate. If there was one spark where we can say, okay, we could see a goal coming, not by just the chances like Mudryk chances, by chance chances, but the real possibility, it was Chilwell. Having James on the other side up front could have been really better, stretching their defense, and then also creating chances in the middle. They were very narrow, and only one guy stretching a little bit was Chilwell on the left, always shouting like, "Give me the ball, throw in that space." I do not know, but Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not a wing back. I mean, he's a winger, so he was not, and tactically it was not very sound. So realistically, if you say chances, shots, and all that, it's all. I don't believe in that. The real spark, if you could see, was from Chilwell. He was clearly our best player.
We were more dangerous on transition when they were attacking and we broke through, just like that Kova pass to Modric. You know, that was a transitional play. But actually,
was like, they were two
breaking them down.
We crossed one line and then they crowded out.
Sure, but there's a pattern here. When we play a team with a low block, we're not creative enough for the most part.
The spaces were on the flanks, and we didn't.
They gave our chances. They gave you chances.
Yeah, we didn't take them. We weren't clinical as normal.
What about when Tuchel had his? How many games was it? 7 games.
Yes, he played 7, I believe. This year you're talking about, yeah.
Did he? With the lack of finishing, how did he look?
Well, it's the same thing. Like when we played against, when we lost 1-0 in the Champions League. Forget the name of the team. Where we had chance after chance after chance, we didn't put the ball away.
Yeah.
And that's our MO, our modus operandi. This is our DNA for years now.
How did we pick up some wins? Because I think it was, what was it, 3 wins? Yeah,
but Tuchel wasn't fired for anything. It wasn't fired for his football.
I know, but Tuchel is a great example.
I love Tuchel.
Yeah, because of the same players.
Yeah.
Of what a manager did with the same players.
Yeah.
That's why it's a good comparison. And I think it's wasn't it the stats that he has 30% of the points? So if we didn't have Tuchel, we could be a lot worse.
No, I agree. But do you agree with me though? We still had that in our DNA under Tuchel and under Frank. Frank actually scored quite
I'm
a
not
few
calling
goals.
it a DNA. We didn't have a good striker. No. It's not a DNA thing. It's not like we're destined to not have good strikers. It's been a bad transfer. Bad transfer policy.
See what you guys are cussing now. See what?
What's he saying? You sitting here all medicated off the last one, not feeling 100% respect. Is there a chance you have some leftover? We need it tonight.
Not clear. There's a dally line for that.
Respect.
Out of 10 on-field players, Cucurella you can argue a little bit out of position. Reece James you can argue a little bit out of position.
No, not a little bit. Out of position, definitely.
See, I
all out of position.
Modric as a striker, you can say out of position. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he's not a striker, huh?
Havertz out of position, Loftus-Cheek out of position, Kovacic out of position, Enzo out of position, Potter out of position.
I disagree. I'm sorry, I disagree.
You cannot call it a DNA or finishing problem.
Let's talk one by one. Jesse, can you help him drop? Then he can come in because I think Roger was speaking. Am I correct?
No, it's okay. Carry on. That's fine.
Okay, go ahead, Jesse. He wants you to continue.
Yeah. So when we are playing so many players out of position, you cannot expect them to be clinical. They are not. This is not their specific, and it is not our DNA. It's definitely not. Not being clinical is not our DNA. Even with these specific players, we can be much more efficient. Much more efficient.
Not historically.
Just play them in their positions and have a strategy.
We have Drogba.
So this is my opinion. I believe Cucurella isn't playing out of position per se. Koulibaly isn't.
No. The phrase should be he's not playing his best position.
James
is playing out of position.
No.
I
don't accept. I don't accept. DNA BS. What kind of DNA are you talking about? Not even like
Tuchel, mate. Tuchel. If you look at the XG,
needs to leave. He's crap.
I get
it.
Okay.
Got nothing else to do with nothing else.
There's no ambiguity there, mate.
Bad DNA.
There's no ambiguity. I get it. Yeah, but listen.
What are you saying, Roger? He's gotta go.
Hold on, listen. Okay, let me just say this. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has played in this position.
Okay, let's talk one by one. Bobby, let him drop. You can come in. Let him drop, Bobby.
BS manager. Accept it. He is mediocrity. Don't try and shift it onto the club. It's him and him alone. Our DNA is to win. I don't know why we put up with this fool for so long. And we're sitting here talking about Boehly, talking about this, talking about that. in the end, the person that calls the players, calls the tactics, it is Mr. Potter. He has got to go.
No, we
And
get
I
it.
And
hope
who's
that
going to be
from
the
this
one to let
point
him
on,
go, Bob? Who's going to be the one to let him go? The owners.
well,
And
only
yeah.
if they don't see it, if they're trying to be coy about him, they're trying to be like Roger, talk about DNA and all this stuff, the fans will get them out. Because I don't see Chelsea fans tolerating this anymore. They will be booed. The boos has started to come at the end of this game. I can assure you the bitterness between the rivalry of Chelsea and Liverpool is so high that the booze will be a crescendo
Yeah, that's a
if
possibility.
anything happens. Nobody likes Mr. Potter. We don't like the guy. Get out of here. That he's just nailed his coffin now. This game was totally unacceptable. I can't even see a conversation any other than that. I'd rather be talking about moving to Earl's Court than talking about this geezer. This geezer is a washout. He's done.
Okay,
He's
I got
done.
it. Bobby, okay, I get it. So I
Sure,
want to.
Roger. Bobby, tell him again. I don't think Roger got it. Please.
No, he didn't get it.
You didn't get it.
You're so
I don't think you got it.
ambiguous. So you're so ambiguous, mate. Listen, Modric, Felix, and Havertz.
I don't think he gets it, Bobby.
Listen, the front three, they're fluid, so you can't say they're playing out of position.
I
Kova
don't think you're getting it.
and Fernandez, Enzo are not playing out of position. Chilwell's not playing out of position. The freaking keeper's not playing out of position. Only James is playing out of position because Loftus-Cheek has played there virtually all season long.
Potter is definitely playing out of
So
position.
where you coming from, chaps? The whole team is out of position. Chaps,
Potter is out of position.
wake up and smell the coffee.
we need to get someone.
Go ahead, Roger. You were still speaking. Go ahead, brother.
I can honestly say only James is, for all intents and purposes, playing out of position. Because
No, the
everyone
argument
else
is the best out of position. So the best to get the best out of Reece James is for him to play the wing back role, not
I
the
concur.
right centre back.
Concur, yes.
Yeah, and Loftus-Cheek is playing out of position.
Loftus-Cheek has
who
been
makes
playing
that
out of
call?
position.
Who makes that call?
He's been doing this all year long. This position.
Yes, but
mostly.
you know, this is what I said because Potter found the playbook of Tuchel. Tuchel did this right when Aspie was out and Reece James was out, and it was an emergency thing to do where he put Loftus-Cheek there. And Loftus-Cheek role that role of wing back changed completely, right? Because he had a player that can't go up and down and do what wing backs do. So he said, you know what? I just need you here to stretch out the play. You're not going to go up. You're going to tuck into the midfield to make the free. And then he had Potter had Sterling, but back then he had I forgot who he used. Not Mount. Mount came back.
With Havertz,
Sterling would go out.
Yeah.
So he had someone to fulfill half the role of playing as the wide player, right? And Loftus-Cheek filled in the role of someone used to come back, which was Mount and Felix did with Potter, right? To come back and make the midfield free, to have free in the midfield. So Loftus-Cheek made free in the midfield. So this was just a makeshift because we had injuries. Potter found this fucking paper under the desk, right, of what Tuchel left behind. And he goes, wow, look at this. I'm going to use it. And we won a game. And Potter was so excited. I'm going to use it again. This is how bad of a manager that he is. He latched onto something that was an emergency tactic from Tuchel. And we won. And now he's going to do it every game. And he did in this game too. And it was so poor that we had...
The same paper sheet said, like, Havertz is a striker. So things like that. And Potter said...
But you know what?
If Tuchel had a striker, he wouldn't be playing Havertz there. But since Potter just picked up all the bad stuff.
Yeah, but chap, the front three are fluid. That's how they play. They don't stay in one position at once. You know that.
Yeah, fluid. But Modric is playing wider. Havertz is not a striker. Do you know what I'm saying? These are continuations of people that were Mount hasn't played his best position. Do you know what I'm saying? People aren't playing their best role. They're filling in a role to fill a tactic. I would understand if this tactic and this play style is what Potter was trying to do from the get-go, and he kept doing it.
And he's
right?
trying to gel them into this on a permanent basis. I mean, come on.
Boy,
You know,
Enzo,
and even
that's
Enzo and Kovacic is not the best role for them to play that role too. So everyone
it's not
is
balanced.
everyone is not playing the best preferred position to get the best out of the players, and
So
they were trying to play for a
so
tactic that wasn't the best for the game.
So where is Cover's preferred position then? Go on.
As an 8.
As what?
Yeah, as someone that is box to box, an 8.
More like Enzo.
No.
He's more like Enzo, and they need.
And
That's
the
why
same.
sure of them shouldn't be playing in that position as a sixer.
If-
It should be balanced.
Roger, if you want a good look, watch Enzo and Cover play for their national teams.
No, I have.
Yeah, and you see the difference of their preferred role.
Yeah. Who has scored 2 goals playing there?
All right,
Kovacic.
just give me a few minutes, guys. Can no longer defend him. Defend this form. It's time. Graham Potter must go. The task is too big for him. My patience is out. No more
Damn,
excuses.
Simon Phillips was his
Simon
biggest
Phillips
shield.
said this. Simon Phillips said this.
I'm sorry, Roger.
Wow.
The only Potter in left
It's
should be
Roger?
rival fans. Should be rival fans. Roger's got to do something. I don't know. I'm
Listen,
expecting your
I bleed
statement
blue, mate.
on your
bleed
Twitter.
blue.
Alright.
I
Let's
know
see
you do, but I'm expecting some kind of statement when I wake up tomorrow.
from Roger, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
from Roger.
Bali been defrauded and doesn't want to look the fool, even though it's so obvious. It's clear, an obvious mistake. Let's see. Emery let Ruben Loftus-Cheek to cook. He make all of us stupid and funny. Fans will say Potter coached a win. Looking at the XG, his thing. It wouldn't even make sense to even say we played well. I get it. XG is 2 point something. That's not. I think what's the difference actually? Quickly, just give me. That's 0.81.
Yeah.
0.81. So, but yeah, again, they beat us by 2-0. They could have scored 3 actually. So it wouldn't make any sort of sense to try to argue we played well.
And we had 3 missed chances.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like we're not clinical. Period. This is the crux of the matter. Plain and simple. We are not scoring. It's like under Tuchel when we played the first championship game. We didn't bloody score. We had so many shots on target. Same last year, or XG. We weren't exactly putting 5, 6, 7 nothings up. You know, come on, you must admit we're low.
But we weren't doing things badly, yeah.
No, I agree.
Roger,
Don't get me wrong.
when you're defending a
So
guilty
it's more
client,
than scoring.
you are allowed to abandon him. You know, you
Can
don't have
say
to
that again?
follow.
Roger already
You don't
abandoned
have
him.
to follow a guilty client to the gallows.
To the gallows. Oh, ouch, Bobby, ouch.
Yeah, that's coming from your gang member. I love the panel, but we know you do love us. But unfortunately, guys, I've been not been reading that much because I'm still recovering. And again, unfortunately, in a few days, I will go for subsequent follow-up procedure. But I'll still just let me say this now. I'll be traveling to Texas for about a week. I'll stay about a week, but I'll try to continue with the show. I have my brother-in-law who's also a Chelsea fan. I think he can help make that happen.
Which part of Texas, Coach?
I'm going to San Antonio.
Hey, I lived there for a year. I like San Antonio. They got
Really?
great brisket there. Oh my
Very
god!
very clean town to me.
Good food
Very
there.
clean place. Yeah. Coach, do you understand why I'm being pessimistic? No worries. I know who you are. I know you really want Chelsea to win. I know you quite well. So much love to you. How much you rate our coach staff? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I hope you do. Andrew Villas didn't have anywhere near that, and was a new foreigner to the league. It was way worse than anyone we have hired. A simple cost because of the money we paid in compensation and contract, and plus how much he earns yearly. Are you talking about Potter now? Did you transition into talking about Potter?
On that.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused on that last statement.
I think he transitioned into talking about Potter. I think he's, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, he's trying to say Villas was better. And you could argue that now. I think it's gotten worse. And the fact that Villa haven't beaten us at Stamford Bridge for 11 years. 11 years, right? That was how long that was mentioned.
Yes.
Okay. Boehly out. Let's see. Coachella didn't stream yesterday. That's why I didn't say it. Okay. But next time, if you have a dream, find a way to reach out, so we know on time. Boehly out. Out Boehly, and Moto said Boehly is the worst owner I have ever seen. I wouldn't go to the extent of saying that. He's made a mistake, and I think once the mistake is corrected, we'll have a bright future. And I'm going to keep saying that. I've always said my biggest concern is the immediate future. But the future will be so bright, you need glasses to look at it. Given the players who sign, and if they walk out, the future will be really, really bright.
Even if half of the new signings work out, it's going to be, realistically, it's going to be a very strong squad on paper.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. Chelsea looking at least at a loss of £100 million sacking Potter and not getting UEFA Champions League football next season. Not to mention, already spent £600 million across 1 year on the Todd Boehly ownership FFP in the summer. Okay, you can't time Nightbot out is a machine. It will rather time you out, or have you done already? I know if you don't know, Nightbot is a machine. It's not a human being, a robot maybe. I guess we all know what we all get from Christmas next year. Heartbreak, unfortunately. Does Graham Potter play Call of Duty? I will watch. I want to put this guy away for good. Just go away. Please don't say that again. You think Bobby was spotted out by the thing I'm hearing? I think Potter, you can say Bobby, from what I've seen, depends on the situation. Sometimes he comes in, he defends what's his name, Potter a little bit. But sometimes if he's really pissed, he tells you how to say it. But take everything you hear today as where Bobby stands.
He's got the champagne room on the bus. That's for sure.
After 3 seasons on the ground, but things can be changed because he still gets more experience. Yeah, but we're not going to wait for 3 seasons. And please, if you're watching, I'm not going to be reading too much because I haven't fully recovered. Talking to Nemaya for a while, did I inadvertently you? So I'm just maybe I pressed my key. Okay, those things happen. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. I can't get everything, unfortunately. Constantine Dante, I fell asleep. What happened? Potter, you out yet? No. Go and sleep. It hasn't happened. Yeah, I think people have told him already. DJ is in the chat. Big up to you, DJ. I hope you're doing well. Always nice to see you. Chun, always nice to see you. Time for the sack of Sod. Were you supporting him, Chun? I want to know. April is going to be a record-breaking month of most goals conceded in a calendar year. Be nice, man. Just be nice. We're talking about Chelsea Football Club. What a waste.
I think he's talking about Chelsea Football Club too.
Yeah, I know. And the Man United game has been postponed because they've got a Europa League game. So lucky we don't play Man United. And
I don't remember the FA or the
they were scheduled. For us. We were scheduled. Yeah, no kidding. We were scheduled 9 games in April, but I guess no kidding.
That's not okay. I've heard Mourinho complain about it. Thomas Tuchel complain, and they say you just get on with it and shut up. What a waste of 600 million in time. Even Southampton at this rate is better than Chelsea. Take away 10 points won by Tuchel. I knew somebody would say that. And Chelsea would be,
Coach,
28 points.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if at some point there were fans that were getting behind Potter. In fact,
it's not a bad thing. We're just having a conversation. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah. I'm just saying as well. I would be disappointed if members of the fan base didn't get behind him because he was sadly still is at the moment our coach. But you see, when something is so blatantly, obviously bad, I mean, today was beyond excuse. Even if players were missing chances and that, like they do, the point is they were arrayed wrongly. The defensive solidity was compromised by his selection. It was obvious, and that is unforgivable. Even offensively, we would have been better if defensively we were less confused. You're putting square pegs in round holes and expecting it to fit. Well, I picked the right players for a start.
Namely?
I mean, declared when I came on before the game, he sounded it out straight off. And I was defending Potter. I was like, oh, wait, let him play. Let's see what happens in the
I was
game.
questioning Reece James in that position. That was the
Yeah,
only
well,
question I had.
It was questionable,
Yeah,
but I wanted to
admit
give
that.
him a chance, and that's what's really peed me off. Because when you really decide to give this geezer a chance, and he proves himself to be totally incompetent, you can't defend it anymore. And
So
that's
you're
the position
walking
I've
down the
taken.
garden path and he slams the front door in your face.
Well,
That's what
you
you're
know,
saying.
I can't support it
By the
anymore.
way,
I can't.
I was wondering
yeah.
what Balashile did to not start. That's really
Well,
Well,
I think
troubled
didn't
me.
he just play a game?
he
He just
should
played
have
a
started
game.
this game.
You were completely right, Declared. Completely. You know,
Yeah.
completely right. And it's painful to think that we've got such a muppet in charge of our team that
Alleged Muppet. I'm joking.
well,
He's
defend him to
certified
the
now.
last. I'm not like I would have been one of your attorney clerks, but
I'm
no,
joking, mate.
I've left the job. You can have
Gentlemen,
it. You can have it all alone. The guys.
by the way, a good example how much time Tuchel needed. Huh? They hammered today Dortmund 4-2, and those two goals.
4-2 isn't hammering.
Yeah, I
No,
wouldn't
I wouldn't say
exactly
4-2
say
is
that.
hammering.
And if you look
Now
at
hold on.
the
It was
goalkeeper.
4-0. It was
4-0.
4-0.
I know.
It
I
was
followed the
hammered.
game. Yeah, it was.
But
I think it was 2-0 before during halftime. But Bobby hasn't
3-0,
dropped. Actually, Bobby was
3-0
still
before.
talking.
In
Yeah.
Bobby
fact,
was still talking.
talking about that game, I mean, it was a little bit concerning the way Tuchel allowed them to get those 2 goals back from a 4-0 position. That's un-Tuchel like. But you know, he's not at Chelsea anymore, so that's not my concern. My
Yeah, the second
concern is
one
this
was in
geezer we've
90th
got
minute
now.
or something. Yeah.
Sorry.
The second one of them was somewhere like on the 90th minute or something. So
Well, that's
just,
even worse. You know, that
yeah,
shows
yeah.
they weren't focused at all. But anyway, that aside, you know, this guy, what is deeply concerning is that even if you give Mr. Potter 3 pre-seasons, you give him world-class players, he's not going to be any better. He's not, because tactically he lacks the astuteness, and so he's always outdone. That's my thing with him about being so. I can't remember a game where I could say, Potter's outsmarted these people. I can't think of one, apart from maybe even the Champions League games we've won, even AC Milan. I can't say he was particularly tactically better. It was
No,
down
No, it
to
wasn't.
the players
it
were doing.
wasn't that
It-
we won; they lost.
I remember
Yeah.
getting backlash for those games. We were lucky that it was AC Milan was so bad
I
and
agree.
Wolves were so
100%.
bad
Yeah.
because those 2 games were 3-0, and I copped a lot of backlash on another stream because I said the performance wasn't there. We're lucky
They were
that
horrible.
team didn't play well to
Yeah.
punish us our mistakes, and I copped backlash because how could you say that for 3-0? No, our performance started from then.
Yeah, I remember.
No, I agree.
I mean,
And moreover,
sometimes I
they
come
had a red card.
against. Sometimes I come against Declared because he says it as it is. But the Chelsea in me is always on the defensive for Chelsea. But I can't defend this. I can't defend this. We've got to do something
Bobby,
now.
my only question was having James in that position. That was my only question. I didn't get
Really?
it.
And
Yeah.
Cucurella with left centre back with Badia Shield sat on the
No, I
bench.
have no problem with that because of the fact he's played them many times before. It was the Reece
But,
James. And like, why
but
is
you
he playing
agree
there?
would have been better off to start by the Sheila there.
Yeah,
Chilwell.
no. Listen, I rate Badiashile far better than Cucurella. Of course I do. But didn't Badiashile just play like 2-3 days ago? That could be the reason why.
No, so I think they all
We
did.
will be playing whole month of April every 3 days.
No, I'm talking about of the
So
international.
are you going to bench players every alternate game?
I don't think he played Field International as well.
No, he did. He played under 21.
Yeah,
What?
but
I think
That's not a
Alright.
serious game.
Yeah, I know. He gave the ball away and England scored. We won 4-0.
Yeah, that was a
Vive
training session for him.
l'Angleterre. Vive l'Angleterre.
all right.
Madueke play that game as well.
Is it French? No, Mino Franco. I don't know how to say it.
Chalobah could have played as well, so
Yeah, Chalobah could have
I
started
agree.
right centre back. Yeah.
Chalobah, you have definitely a valid point with Chalobah. I concur. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Why was Reece? I would have had Reece. Maybe it's the fact that you've got to go up and down. But I would have had Reece playing instead of Loftus, and I would have had Chalobah instead of Reece. I totally agree. That when I came on the show, did I not state that this morning, Coach?
Yeah, Roger, I was going to ask you. You said someone wasn't fit as well, or someone
Yeah, it was
still didn't get a
Pulisic.
preseason.
He was getting over being sick or something.
No, someone that started. Were you saying about that about Modric?
No, it was about Pulisic. Apparently,
Okay.
I was reading about Pulisic being sick or something.
And what's
So-
wrong
No, I
with
thought
this
you
bringing
were
on
making a
guys
statement
who
about
have-
someone that wasn't fit.
Havertz wasn't well. Havertz was sick.
Yeah.
And
I know.
I don't think Havertz was himself today at all. Even Enzo looked like the jet
Enzo
lag
looked
he had.
tired, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, then.
Well,
I think
yeah, that
the
was
whole
my
thing-
question with Enzo. The South American
Yeah, he flew for
travel.
Argentina. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they play a little late. So yeah, it was always the thing about the Brazilians that had the same condition, and that's why I
It's a
when I was on
horrible
another
condition.
stream, I thought that in my prediction he might not start because of that. But I guess with Potter, you just start
He's
anyone, I
become
guess.
too important for Potter. I knew he was going to start.
Yeah,
The only person I didn't expect to start was Cucurella. I didn't expect James to start either. I thought Chalobah was going to start there and then Ruben Loftus-Cheek right wing back.
What Potter is doing with, that's a good point, Coach. What Potter is doing with Enzo is similar to what Tuchel did with Kante.
Yeah, and what should do it with Mason Mount, overplaying him.
Exactly.
I think it's become too important to him. It's going to be difficult him dropping him.
Yeah, but that's how you get injuries. I think Potter needs to limit his minutes. Enzo's minutes, I'm talking about.
All right. Goalie says, unfortunately, we cannot improve with Potter in charge. I don't know what's going on with our board. Okay, you can see in Potter, his face is saying, "Sack me, please." They can see it. Even the Champions League doesn't excite me or under Potter. Guy is literally killing everything. Brighton must be laughing so hard at what is happening. We went to Brighton and offered them £21 million. Yep, for their head clown, and and he said, "Can I bring the rest of the seconds to?" And you said you're not in the mood to joke.
That was funny.
And I'm going to stop reading your comment. And big up to you, DJ. Were you at the game today? I know you're sitting taking a ticket holder.
Hey, DJ.
Graham Potter asking in his post-match, look at our stats in the game to stop him from being sacked. I don't think the stats saves him if they decide to sack him. Like I said, even if you think everything isn't down to his fault, down to him, at this point, something's got to give, and you can't not say the players. You have to, you can say overhaul the squad. No, it will not happen. He will be the one to give if it comes down. If the board meets and decides something's got to give, that's something. Constantine Dante, enjoy your sleep, man. Nothing has changed. We didn't see any announcement here. Declared spot on 31% win rate, the worst that any manager we've heard. Yeah, even if AVP is better now. Coach, it's just shocking. Potter thinks it was getting a free season with these preseason. You mean with these performances? You are being paid $12 million a year. I don't. I'm not going to talk about his salary, honestly, because he's fourth.
Balls, Coach.
Yeah, he's fourth just behind. Number one is what's his name, Diego Simeone, 34 point something million. How is he earning that much money? Yeah,
really, Diego's earning that much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Number two, I think it's Pep Guardiola, 22 point something. Three, 17 point something. Klopp. And fourth is Graham Potter. Even Jose Mourinho is around 7 to 6. I don't remember in that order. I just said they were smart enough to put in a clause in his contract. If really, I think they should. If not, then I'm going to start questioning how did they become billionaires. This is also on Boehly for getting him to start. I think everything is on Boehly now, in my opinion. I've moved on from Graham Potter because it's a waste of my energy. It was something about a clinical under Tuchel. We finished third. Okay, Aston Villa midfield lineup was going to overwhelm our midfield regardless, but how much longer will this same problem continue into next season? Yep. Good question right there. Let's see what else we'll have. Chun says Aston Villa center midfield lineup was that, and maybe you just repeated it by mistake. Putting on just come back from injury Kante and playing him up front says all you need to know about a clueless manager in Potter, embarrassing, and a stock of
Laughing stock.
a laughing stock. Okay, he used an emoji to complete it. A laughing stock of a football club we are becoming, unfortunately. James is best in the world at right side. Excellent both in offensive and work rate and defense. I think he's a solid defensively. Proper 9 is not our problem. I would argue that, but I'm not going to get into that. Otherwise, it's my medication. I need some sleeping tablets because I won't sleep till Potter is out. I can't help you. What about coaching staff? You ignore coach staff. I don't know them. I can't speak about them because I don't know them, honestly. And I'm being honest here. How can you get a good result when you play players out of position? If we check properly, maybe Potter is also out of position. I think that's a tap-in. I think the class said that. Yeah, it's a tap-in. The class said that already. But that's, by the way, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Apologies, guys. So much to read, and I cannot get everything, even if I'm a machine. Havertz pulled out of Germany, due to that injury, and Potter starts him. I think it was illness, and I suspected he was going to start. Enzo tired, and NBA and NHL players play every 2 or 3 days. Well, I don't know what to make of that to argue, how to argue against that. Havertz must have an in contract never to be subbed off. Some argument. Potter represented the whole argument because he's not a bridge
very
one.
Good. Very
good one right there. I keep falling asleep, but then I have nightmare Potter speaking with Rogers voice. Okay. Do you think Roman is out there putting a joint?
Key in contract of keeps. Very good.
I'm not gonna read that. Yeah. The starting lineup was such a distraction that we forgot to discuss the rubbish he served up as substitution. I think even the substitution didn't make sense either. But that's, by the way, I don't know. What else should we talk about? Should we look at the stats here? 2.09, so we should have done better. That highlights the fact that we're not clinical. 27 shots. It's a very familiar story under Thomas Tuchel, under Frank Lampard. They had 5 and scored 2. Could have scored a third one on a break. Big chances created 3-2. So pretty much this big chances says it could have been at most a draw, even if we took our chances, or maybe a win by 1 because we had 3 big chances. Forget about the accurate passes, fouls committed. Nothing else to look at here. I don't know if you guys want us to look at individual players.
One thing I see in statistics, which is a concern really for this: 13 corners, and not a single goal. I mean, the set pieces. Chelsea stats for set pieces is very bad.
How many headers did we test the goalkeeper in those corners? I think 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
1 out of 13. This is what I've been saying week in, week out. We need to score from all over the pitch.
These are few things which you can use the stats to improve your game on. That are statistics like corners and set pieces and all. And you end up scoring no goal after 13 corners. I mean, we should score at least 1 after, say, 20 corners at least. I mean,
most of those corners were pretty decent deliveries, but we never got ahead on hardly any of them. Like Koulibaly was a non-factor aerially. So was Havertz.
I think he was alone. Who is the other tall guy?
They dominated us aerially. They absolutely dominated us. Wow. But this is the same thing we say in, week out. for the most part. When we do get a head on the ball on the corner, we seldom test the keeper. It's frustrating.
It's a cheaper option than the 16 million. John Wick's one was only 2 million. Now, bro, calling an airstrike on Hogwarts.
Paint the target, yeah.
Paint the target, yeah.
With a laser.
Take a shot. Yeah, that's, by the way, I don't know. Declare anything else you want to talk about? Well, let me start with JC. I think he hasn't spoken for a while. Anything else you want to talk about with regards to the game? What could he have done differently overall? Not the lineup anymore as the game progressed.
Potter, you mean to say? I really do not know. There are very few pickings, positives to pick from Potter's performance. I'm not talking about the team performance. So I really hope like he has a reincarnation or something, or I don't know. I mean, somebody knocks on his head and then he wakes up a totally different man. But whatever we have seen so far, I cannot see much positives there. I think if he gets some kind of a different slip or some, I don't know, some daily diary of Tuchel from the last years or something, so that he can start something different. But at the moment, I'm really sorry. I think it's so complicating. You know, we started with the phase where we could see one mistake. Why is he doing that? Another mistake. Why is he doing that? But then it's almost like he makes so many mistakes that it becomes very difficult to point to anything. Everything was wrong. You know, it turns out to be like 2 weeks for preparation for this game. 2 weeks. And this is what he comes up with.
Declare, do you have okay? Roger is in the middle. I'll go to Declare last. Roger, do you have an issue with that? The fact that the argument is from JC that he had 2 weeks to prepare for this. What do you say that how many players did he have out that had to travel for international assignment?
Usually
that's Enzo Fernandez.
Usually it's about half the team. Usually
that's an issue too.
Yeah. But listen, forget about that. I agree. It could be somewhat of an issue, especially for the South Americans that have to fly back. That's a huge thing. So maybe Enzo shouldn't have started today, to be honest with you. You know, you get jet lagged. You're playing too much. I don't know what he did for Argentina over the break. I have no idea. But listen, how shall I put this? I had an issue with. What's so funny?
Because you're not sure how to put it.
No, because I have an issue with Reece playing where he was playing. That was the thing that stuck out the most.
When someone asks to sum up Potter's career, that's how you're going to say it. How should I put this?
No. But the other thing, I'm serious. I thought yeah.
I'm going to put this.
But seriously, we were lucky to finish with 11 men, and you have to put that on Potter's fault, because I thought he didn't address the team at half time or even prior to the game, saying don't fall for their shenanigans, and they were pulled in and they bit every time on that bait. They bit every time, and I thought we were lucky to finish with 11. That could have ended up a lot worse. And that is the responsibility. That is on the coach or the coaches, however you want to term it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Discipline, and that's part of the training. That's where we can criticize him, definitely. No doubt about it. I thought defensively we weren't good. You know,
so we were horrible, really. I know the midfield didn't help that much, but still.
Yeah, but you know what, though? It was on transitions, and to be honest with you, we dominated in possession and in area of the pitch. So I have no problem with that. But schoolboy errors, that's unacceptable. I thought the subs weren't bad. I mean, I would have wanted at half-time for actually Reece to play right back, you know, and for Chalobah to come on. Yeah, that's what I was hoping you would do at half-time, at the very least.
Yeah. Bring in Chalobah, bring in Badeshile, balance it out, because there was a bit of no proper coordination.
And you know what? The creativity, the passing, it was just we don't look clinical. We did create quite a few chances when you. But
we've become predictable. Enzo is the only one who's been able to produce chances from the central area we become predictable. It's always on the flanks and always on the
Sure,
cap.
Kovac
That
had
hasn't
some good
changed.
passes, and I thought Chilwell played well, but it's the ball really didn't come close to scoring. You know, and by the way, when Chilwell did score, that was a push off. Let's be honest. If that had been another team doing it, we would have said that's a push off. So I have no problem with that decision.
I will say one
Declan,
observation.
just give me a few seconds. I'll come back to you, Declan.
Okay.
Billy Reid, assistant coach. I don't know him. I don't know. Thank you for telling me his name, but I don't know what he does for
Beyond is the shorter player, but the coach.
Yeah.
Beyond the beard is the shorter
okay.
assistant coach.
Okay. Roger, keep blaming the players. I know where your priority is.
My client.
Okay, assistant coach. You know them all to
yeah,
Regine.
Beyond's the shorter one that you always see sitting next to Potter. He's the bearded shorter one.
Okay, yeah. If you haven't, people, if you're watching, please drop a like on the stream. We have 64 likes. I'm not sure we're gonna make it to 100 by the time the show ends, but we can do better. We can get it to at least a 70, which is good. Coach, what will you tell the doctor at your follow-up appointment when he asks how was the pain?
That's funny.
I have something that won't allow me to feel the pain. Yeah, but I missed it twice. It should have taken every 6 hours consecutively. I missed it twice, probably because I was resting. Okay, those guys, their names, more of them. Thank you. That's live. The Mets gave it all. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Coach, I pray that you're strong enough for Tuesday streams because it's going to be epic for all the wrong reasons. I hope I'll be strong. I think I wouldn't miss it. Let's see what else we have here. Didn't look tired, not even close. Okay, you could argue that. Chelsea struggled up beating Leeds, drew with Everton and Everton at home, and lost to Aston Villa at home. This club is actually dusted. I'm not going to say we're dusted. I think it's a problem that can be solved. The question is, we're not sure what the owners are going to do right now. At the championship starting day, yep, that's me. You will probably wonder how we got there. Does anyone know if the championship is televised? Okay. Imagine having to watch our games on a dodgy website. Yeah, I agree with you. Lots of them with a lot of pop-ups that can get you into trouble. This is the first time I support Chelsea. Really, you're new to Blue Chelsea. It's a really, really boring. I still want to keep Potter up to name big. Yeah, I get it. Whatever you said there. That's by the way. So Declan, up to you. What was the question again? Do you think he should have done anything differently? Forget about the lineup as the game progressed.
How do I put this?
You're funny.
Oh yeah. I knew one.
My goodness.
I think if Potter didn't turn up to the game, would have been something he could have done. I think what we
fallen on his sword, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand.
At least
we could have started with that.
At least
we could have
started.
Yeah, I think he should have taken a day off or just to continued his holiday for the international break.
Blue flu.
There's a lot of things he could have done. He could have actually approached this game to understand, their weakness, to put more pressure. To play a three at the back when they explode was playing into their hand. I said it before the game. I was actually convinced that this might be a four in the back.
Yeah, 4-3-3.
To double up.
Yeah,
I was arguing the case. Now I'm like, this is four in the back. There's no way this guy.
I didn't believe that because he's a three at the back manager, even though he mixes it up a lot. But predominantly he plays with a three at the back structure. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he played four in the back for the most part of it. He tried it one time, Brighton, and it worked. Do you know what I mean? This guy has no idea. But anything could happen with Potter. That's the thing. Anything, like, I can't rule out anything. For me, like, this makes more sense.
Do you
but I think I should just.
The problem where he switches too much.
Yeah, so like in this game, I don't get why Bailey didn't start. I don't know why Chalobah didn't start. If you want to play like this, and the wingbacks remember, everyone knows how crucial the wing backs are. As soon as we lost Reece James and Chilwell, how much it affected us. So everyone can say, yeah, let's have Chilwell, Reece James bombing down. They're two of our best finishers, you know, in a team that lacks clinically. And I don't think Modric should have started. I think that there should have been Felix, maybe Havertz, and maybe another player. Maybe could have even been Mount.
Hey,
maybe Sterling, Modric, someone that wasn't the same. Because
did anyone ask Potter in the post-game presser? Did they ask him why didn't they start Badiashile, or did they ask anything about who was
I'm waiting for the long one. I only saw that short one. You know, when they get you standing up, where he said the boys gave everything. Yeah, he's
really
the checklist. Boys, yeah, he said he started off like he said that if you see that
many positives.
We were unlucky in each box, and they weren't.
He's very generic, right?
Yeah, he's like a mid-table just manager, you know.
But
he started. Yeah, he also brought about stats too. So kind of interesting. I think he read that one on social media before he came.
All right, thank you. This here says, okay, it's just laughing. Potter went looking for goals with Kante and Gallagher. Yeah, that's a bit confusing to me. The name of the process of playing a little will improve instead of greatly decreasing. Okay. Chelsea has a good history of being respected by opposition teams, but luckily, as Chelsea is now bad. Let's see what else we have here. Teams like Aston Villa would buy if they would face us. Now they are singing, "Can we play you every week?" Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Good point.
I heard they were singing "You're getting sacked in the morning," and a lot of it was Chelsea fans too. They joined in.
Yeah, but Badiashile refused to tweet about the process. He got benched. You could say that. Where's Rahayu? That's his comment. I want to hear him what he has to say about that. A smart coach will be swift and agile to replace players who are playing badly. Potter is just as slow when Kovacic plays as good as usual. Okay, I'm confused with that a bit. Potter needs a refresher coaching course to be able to handle Chelsea, the most useless coach in our club history. Wow. Since September, we're being 10th. Yeah, we're cursed. Aston Villa just leaped us, right? They're over. They're ninth, probably ninth now, right, or so on the table. I'll check. Since September, we're being in 10th position, and instead of climbing up the league table, we're declining instead. Right now, right from
is that true?
Right from day one, you cannot even lay your finger on what he's trying to implement. He's been everywhere. He says, Kuchila, stop reading those comments. Yeah, I will stop. That's why. That's why I went, especially today that I don't have the energy. But big up to you, Choma. This is what happens when you call football a project. Yeah.
Ooh.
I pray and hope results stay this way, so the owners will be forced to give him the matching orders. Potter is not just, and if we get relegated, or we start fighting relegation, do you think you're gonna enjoy it? I don't think so. Against Aston Villa, it's difficult, especially against Real Madrid. You wanted to say something else so we can call it a day, or do you have any players on the pitch you want us to look at their numbers there? Jesse, let me start with you. Or Roger, let me start with you because I started with Jesse the other time. Any players you want us to look at their numbers?
Yeah, let's look at Enzo, please, if you don't mind.
Enzo Fernandez, rated 7.7. Let's see, but the numbers will tell us more than the rating. He played 90 minutes, total shots 1. That's no surprise. He played deep, accurate passes, 66 of 75, 88%. Chances created, 5 chances. Expected goals.
Who gave these ratings?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Who gave these ratings?
I don't know. I think they have some. We got too many green ratings that it's just you're shocked, right?
No, yeah, exactly.
That's why I say the numbers will tell us more rather than the ratings. Shot accuracy, touches 89, successful dribbles 3/3, 100%. Passes into the final third 13. That's the highest I've seen him make for Chelsea. I think so. Accurate crosses, 1 out of 2 attempts. Accurate long balls, 11 out of 15. That's not bad.
Wow.
Defensively, two out of 2 tackles, 1 interceptions, 1 recovers, 4 dribbled past 3 times. He always gets a high number in this department. I'm sure Bobby Fairview is paying attention. Um, Grandus won 5 out of 11. That's poor, really. No, it's not. That's not good. Eridus 1. He's not the tallest, so no problem. 1 out of 2 attempts. Fouls committed 3. Just quickly, just 1 second here. What do we have here? Now everyone is on the same page on Potter. Not everyone, not right now. He underestimated Villa, lost the plot during the game, and will have a very hard time going through this. It doesn't help our confidence. I think we're back to square one again in terms of confidence because this was our home. Zidane or Nagelsmann? I would say Nagelsmann. Coach, please, can you predict the scoreline for the Liverpool game? Declare, don't laugh. I'm not going to do that. You know already. I will not do that. You know already.
I muted my mic. You better do that before this show ends.
I will try.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Never judge.
And I want your reasoning afterwards too.
Yeah.
Coach, can we have a look at the stats of their goalkeeper where he actually saved a goal? Like there were 2 shots from.
He saved 1 really good shot against.
Actually, we were supposed to
Mudryk
score only
up
1
close.
goal or what?
Okay, just give me a second. Please keep liking the stream since we're still talking. So we'll see if we can get it to a 70 likes by the time we end. I am 100% sure that we will beat Real Madrid. Okay. Did you have a dream, or you just saying? Yeah, you're just saying this one.
I think he means because I think he saw that we're gonna sack our manager. Is that the guy that sees stuff in his dreams?
Oh, Chimera. It's a she. Trauma is a she. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It said she dreamed that I lost to Villa. Yeah, that was the one before.
Yeah. But this one is not a dream now. She says she's 100%.
She must have saw the sacking. I can sleep well now.
So you want to ask whether she's seen the sacking, right? Choma, let us know if you've seen the sacking. We want to know.
I can go to bed. I don't have to refresh my Twitter.
Over by there, Sheila is in mad. I'm not sure what he did there. I couldn't believe it. Coach, have you been sharing your with Choma? No, but she sees some. Rodrigo too usually have visions about games. I think he's been telling us that. Chelsea has always been famous for its conclusion. Chelsea doesn't need a process that hurts fans. This is Chelsea, so don't compare Chelsea to other teams. I agree with you. Bring us Roger's head. No. Potter answer for the crimes. Week in, week out, Roger defends him. That's what it does. Zidane or Nagelsmann, like I've told you, I'll take Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann has, he's worked with young players and has been successful with them. Let's see, you guys, Choma is cracking up there. Let's see what else we have here. What else do we have here? Bobby Fairview says, results on the pitch will restrict Boehly's ability to take unpopular decisions on the stadium. That's a deep one there. Zidane or Nagelsmann. How many times? I just told you Nagelsmann already. Are you going to say it 10 more times? Is Quad FC? Yeah. I think moving the location of the stadium isn't easy, given the fact that if you have to move out of Stamford Bridge, you'd have to forfeit the name. And I don't know how possible it is to convince them to agree that he takes the name with them. Yeah, so it's not possible. It's not that simple. But I think it has to change. Someday we have to progress. We don't have enough space to, if we're saying, well, we're one of the best clubs in England, then we have to have one of the best stadiums. I get it. We can still have one of the best stadiums there, but to get a sizable capacity would have to go down more because there's no space to expand or spend a lot of money to go to broaden. You could say, is that circumference or no? Or let me say the width. However you want to phrase it. But that's, by the way, you say let's look at Martinez, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at Martinez here. Declan will probably slip up because it's late for him. 8.8 rating, man of the match. Minutes played 9. I don't think we tried him very well, though. I know he was brilliant, but we didn't try him very well. Saves 7. Expected goals of to face at 1.92. Accurate passes 26 of 42, 62%. Accurate long balls 10 out of out of 25. Diving saves. Let's forget about the saves. Nothing that shows anything special. I think we didn't try him that well.
No.
But he has to get down quickly to save that one from Felix on the right hand side. Other than that, I didn't see anything that tried them that much. Who else? Roger, you have anybody in mind? Or Declan, how about you? Anybody want us to look at their numbers?
It doesn't have managers, has it?
I don't think they give them. They don't. They don't. It was just taking.
Actually, Cucurella.
Yeah, there you go.
Cucurella.
What does it say then? There's nothing. There is nothing on this guy's CV. This is blank. This is exactly. This is what you expect. He's a 47-year-old from England. That's all he says.
But let's see, Coach. Nothing also for him. Coach. Okay, look, clubs is.
What about Cucurella?
Oh, I forgot. Unai Emery has actually coached Paris Saint-Germain. I forgot. 2016 to 2018.
Yeah.
I forgot about that too, actually.
Yeah, and he's won a lot with Sevilla. Villarreal.
Unai Emery is 10 times better than Potter.
Which club did he win the Europa League with? Was it
Seville?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he was at Valencia as well.
Yeah, he was at Valencia. Yeah, he was at. Not at Aston Villa, Valencia, Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, Sevilla.
And it's not even that.
Wow.
Yeah, Unai Emery has a great ability to build a team and overachieve. That's why he's way better than Potter.
Arsenal too?
Yeah, he coached Arsenal. And I think they let him.
And they didn't give him time too. I reckon he would have done better than Arteta. Didn't let him build a team.
He would have done better, yeah. But give him time, yeah. Let's see what we have here. We lose our name. London is red, and we are being evicted. Thank you, Potter. This one is trying to expand our stadium is clear indication they are here to make money. The stadium is important, even no matter whether they're here to make money or not. The stadium has all the benefits. Instead of giving Chelsea a good football identity, profit is important. It's a business. Although for a long time we didn't fear losses because the owner always find a way to deal with that himself without us feeling the heat in any way. Chilwell was best without any doubt. Yeah, he was excellent today. Potter's situation after holding another L. Okay, it's Ramadan, so we must fast from scoring goals. Maybe fasting will help us.
We've been fasting for how long now?
So who else do we declare? Anybody want us to look at their number here?
No. What's the point?
Should we? Okay, let's do that. He played 18 minutes. Okay. Total shots, 1 shot. Accurate passes, 61 out of 65. That's fine. Chances created, 3. Error leading to goal, 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know that. What else is important here to look at? Let's see. Attack passes into the final third, 11. That's high. Two less than Enzo Fernandez. Accurate long balls, 1 out of 2 attempt, 50%. That excellent one that he found lost his streak. I think that was good. Tackles 1 out of 1. Clearances 1. Headed clearances 1. Interceptions 2. Recoveries 5. That's not bad defensively. I think he did an okay job there. Ground duels 155 out of 6. That's not bad. Aerial duels 3 out of 3. That's not bad. He counts. Good. I think they count that error one too. It was an error duel, wasn't it? He won it, but what did he do with the ball?
To a negative detrimental effect.
Yeah, and he was fouled 4 times. Fouls committed. No, without that error, I don't think we'll be saying he had a bad game. But that's a clear and obvious error, which means even no matter how well all the numbers look, I think that overshadows everything. He was at Villarreal. He took them to the semi-finals of Champions League. I think he's a good manager. Yeah. Meanwhile, Tuchel is thriving at Bayern. Just 1 game, 4-2. I wouldn't call that thriving, but he's
a very important game.
Yeah, very important. And he made them look ordinary actually, because I was watching it at the same time. He made Dortmund look weak during the first half, especially. But he didn't start well. At first, you think, where is this game going? But later on, you see Tuchel. When you watch the game further, you realize Tuchel is a master at making even the strongest team look average. Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty sometimes. Emery was looking up for Europa League final revenge. I, in what sense, I don't remember. So who else? Leclerc, do you want us to look at anybody's number so we can call it a day?
How about we just get your prediction for Liverpool game?
Okay, I'm going to say this. I think we're going to win that one. We're going to win that one. I said it. And this is not about medication.
By how much?
Because I haven't taken it for the last 6 hours. We're going to concede. I think we could win it 2-1.
And so
That's what I
who
think.
scores their own goals then for Liverpool? Because I don't see us scoring.
Here's a funny thing. When I was saying that, I was going to add, but we're not clinical. Because I said, yeah, you have to take your chances, we'll get it. I was going to say, but we're not clinical. And everybody on the panel just went, something is wrong with you, coach.
That was funny, coach.
No, I couldn't believe how you guys attacked me, but it was funny, really. And I enjoyed it. I don't think there's anything to talk about here. Really, right now, I want Potter gone. But I'm not going to start doing hashtag Potter out. It doesn't change anything. 2 more points, and we're staying up.
We've been chasing for these 40 points for a long time.
Oh, we have. We've been stuck in the mid-table since like September, they said. Chelsea versus Arsenal. Sarri versus Emery, Europa League. And we beat them. Olivier Giroud with one of the best headers I've seen in a while. He had to dive, actually. Giroud, that header, I liked it. I remember that. But that's, by the way, anything else? Roger, I will let Declan speak last this time. And he's going to ask me about my prediction. I've given you my prediction. Let me start with JC. JC, your thoughts? Overall, everything that we'll talk about today. You have anything else to add to it?
Prediction for the Liverpool game, coach.
Sorry, I was laughing for what I have highlighted on the screen.
You are asking me to predict like my prediction for the Liverpool game. Am I correct?
I don't ask you, but if you want to weigh into that, you go ahead.
It depends on whether Potter will be there or not. I mean, it's more difficult to predict the game.
I'm sure if they sack Potter by tomorrow, now the Clyde and the beautiful game will be gone. Maybe coach was right. Well, go ahead, Jesse. Your thoughts, so we can call it a day.
Liverpool are also in trenches with us, so that gives some hope. And if Potter does not tinker too much, we beat them. And then I'm with you, like something like 1-0 or 2-1.
But if we go for with a back three, I think we're going to lose that one. I don't think we've been able. Yeah, defensively, we're not been able to execute that structure very well. That's how I see it.
With the players,
except if Kante starts and plays as one of the 2 6s, then you can say there's security for the back line.
But if he is gonna not start the same back three as this game, then we are pretty solid in back three.
Okay. Let's see. Coach, did you forget that we slapped Emery? I did not forget. I talked about it. Bro, take your meds. I'm not on meds. I'm just taking meds because of a dentist proceeded. So stop. I don't like you, man. 1-1 draw for Liverpool game. Let's see if that happens. It says Emery with who? Kolasinac. Is that? Yeah, Kolasinac, Mustafa, Socrates, and all this. Sid Kolasinac. That's the huge guy that plays. Is it left back or right back for Arsenal? What position? And I think they've sold him or he's still out on loan. I don't remember. Let's see what we have here. Liverpool this season. You can see the consequences of buying good players instead of world-class players. in the past. Okay, thank you for that. Roger, your final thoughts on everything we talked about today?
Disappointed, honestly. All joking aside, been a great show, by the way. Thank you.
No, it's been an enjoyable one.
But I was hoping to come away with points today, and just in all phases of the game, and let's be honest, and the selection, the setup, all jokes aside, this was disappointing across the board. I just think a lack of urgency. I like the fact that players were frustrated. That means they care and they tried, but perhaps tried too much. I don't know. Let's put it this way. It's not working in so many aspects of the game, all over the pitch I'm talking about, And by the way, I just want to say one thing. I don't think we should be blaming the keeper for either of the goals. I'll be honest with you. Especially the second one. I think it comes through a crowd. He sees it late. So, but the fact that that chap was even given the ability to get a shot off is what I find disconcerting. But listen, we controlled the game for the most part, but it's the same old story. And it's really frustrating because on paper, these are very good players. So that's what I have to say, Coach. I think we've covered just about everything other than what medication you're getting next. But seriously, I think
Declan, your thoughts. I understand, bro. No worries. Declan, your thoughts your final thoughts on everything we talked about today.
Yeah, Roger's right. Been a great show.
Yeah, a pleasure as always.
It's a bit hard to leave on I was wondering who's the two people they're going to score for Chelsea, the Liverpool game, Coach?
Sorry?
Who are the two players that are going to score for the goal?
I get a good own goal and
I mean, when's the last time? When's the last time you saw 2 goals? Like, yeah, it'd be a rare thing in Chelsea. You casually 2 goals.
Yeah. Move on from me, please.
I might believe you if Potter gets sacked. Yeah. When I dream, I might. When I go to bed, I might dream about it. I'll tell you if it's what the Liverpool results are. People might be making 7-0 jokes about us and opening 7-Up cans on us too. So, what else did you say? Like, I think you got my tone when I first joined in the pre-match. When there's doubts, when you question, because the difference was Tuchel used to do. It was hard to predict his lineups. I remember.
Yeah.
And we used to question, what's that guy doing there? Why is he playing so and so? And we used to walk away with the results. We used to dominate games and tactically work out, and we just trusted in something we couldn't. It was so hard to predict. Now it's the same way, but now there's zero trust. There's zero confidence. It's just a laugh now. The season's a laugh for me. It's torturous as well. I wake up at ridiculous hours to see if something can change. No, I don't. Just waiting to see him gone. If he doesn't go, then I don't see any point for the season. Yeah. It's that bad that I even punting against him. I bet against Chelsea as well. Chelsea have funded my new computer. It's just insane how bad it is. I got no. I think you have to understand if you ever have to wake up or stay up 2-3 in the morning, it's a sacrifice. When it's a sleepless sacrifice. Even now, it's 8 in the morning for me, and I haven't slept. And that's with daylight saving, so our time went back. So it's really 9 a.m.
Yeah.
We've had the daylight savings. So
no, I did that living in California, mate. I get it.
Yeah. So there's a massive emotional and mental state build up when I stay to watch a game.
You
watch
invest
multiple
a lot
games.
of emotion, don't you? Yeah, it's an emotional investment. Yeah.
and then the games, you watch the game, and it's just it's so draining and so just takes it out of you, and it can ruin your weekend, your stay, and that's how it's been for me. So when it's like this, I don't know what to say. I'm still torturing myself watching him, even though I know we're not going to play well. So that's why I'm so keen. I'm pretty sure that it'll be night and day. You sack the manager, it'll be night and day performance. That's how low we have gone. So I'm summing up. It's a clock ticking. I'm just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah. Again, you can even look at the team and say this is what to expect next. It's very difficult. I don't know what to say much. I've read that one, this one, Liverpool prediction coach. I'm not doing that. Were you asleep? I've done that already, so to speak. Roger, you don't sound disappointed.
I think it's more of a matter of acceptance.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Roger is a convert, but not really a convert yet. He's
I think Roger's the last guy, yeah. Coach, what's his name as well? Carlito on Twitter.
Yeah. No,
he conceded as well.
Yeah,
you saw it.
He's converted.
Roger, you're truly the relic, the left. You're the guy you're the last man standing.
Yeah, and Carlito will literally fight you.
I'm going to the gallows with him, aren't I?
Oh, there's
his performance,
Yeah.
There were some staunch people. He broke some staunch people out there.
Can I just say something? I'll text my daughter and call her because she lives in San Diego, California, and she'll get up at like 4:00 in the morning. She's like, Dad, why did I get up so early for this? You promised me we were going to be good. She said that to me so many times, Coach. I swear. I'm like, this is part of being a fan, the suffering. I tried to reinforce the positives, and she's like, she gives me so much SH1T. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm losing collateral, you know what I mean, as a father.
I think the next game, the next show we're going to have is to talk about which of the April games can we actually win. I think we should have that debate. You guys still going? Yep, we're still going, but we're rounding off. We'll have to catch up with the chat. Potter out. Reece James, and Ben Chilwell are no longer scoring like before. But people think going to a back three, they will get the chance to bump forward and score more. No words. We are some true fans in Australia. Constantine Dante, big up to you, brother. I appreciate you becoming a member too. Yes, the Clad is in Australia. Yep, he is. Yep. What did you predict? You're moving like Potter. Very shady. I said we can win that 2-1. The Clad is asking if you're on Twitter, just reach out to the Clad. If he's asking if you're, I'm guessing that's Melbourne, right?
Yeah. Both from Melbourne.
Yeah. Okay. Breaking news: Potter sack himself. Yeah, April Fool. It's getting to the point now. Till Potter out my just record games, not waking up anymore. I used to do that when I wasn't a content creator, but unfortunately, I have to present. He's in Melbourne too, so you can connect via Twitter. Then you talk from there, take it from there. Stop laughing at me. Stop laughing at me. With that, we've come to the end of the show. I want to say thank you to everyone on the panel. I cannot thank you guys enough. From Declan, Roger Pop, JC, thank you so much. Is there anything else besides Melbourne? I love you guys.
Hey, Melbourne's a sporting capital. I just wrote to Dante then that we should have slept and went to the F1 because that's what's going on this weekend. Could have heard those car noises.
Got great golf courses there, mate.
Yeah, Potter has become ashamed. He has to go. Let's see if that happens. Summer, thank you. Constantine Dante, thank you. Summer, thank you. Declan, I say thank you already to you. Glenn, thank you so much. The Blue game, thank you. Who else? Choma was here. Choma is here. Choma, thank you so much. And Zalani, thank you. Eugene, thank you so much. Everyone else, if I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. Brianni, Rahayu, Chimera, everyone else. See you guys next time. God bless us all and bye.
Take care, chaps.
Big up, everyone.